What is happening, Internet? Welcome back to Batman Arkham Origins here on KwingsLetsPlays. How's everybody doing? This is a special bonus episode taking care of a lot of the stuff that was left that we didn't do in the game. Just kind of hanging out. Also, there is a special, simple Batman video that's going up on the O1 channel around 9:15. It's about a 15-minute video. And from now on, I think I'm going to kind of make news videos like that. It only took me less than 15 minutes. No editing involved. I used Streamlabs completely to do it. Very bare bones. Just used some Arkham Knight like background and just talked about what the news was. Didn't really get into my opinion, but just telling people what was going on. Basically, Ezra Miller's in full-blown damage control over the story leaks for The Flash. He didn't actually bother to debunk everything. He was just trying to tell people the Snyder Cut lives on in our hearts. But he didn't debunk anything. In fact, another publication today, a Flash publication that's known for Flash News, basically said all the leaks yesterday, what the Shazam writer said and all these other people, it doesn't deny that they're going to change the Justice League and do all this other stuff. So even Warner Brothers itself, which I didn't talk about in my news, but they are already like in the books putting the Flash movie as a loss. Just in case, so they can, you know, cover their bases if the movie flops. I mean, this is just... Ugh. It's just a mess. I'm sorry.
That was quite a display on the bridge.
Are the hostages safe?
All accounted for as far as I can tell. But what's wrong, sir? You seem upset.
I told Gordon to stay back and he went in anyway.
Indeed. It's why you're still alive. He deserves your gratitude, not I.
Alfred, words of wisdom. But I thought we did all Alfred's words of wisdom. Didn't we? I guess not. Whoops.
You do know there are easier ways to earn frequent flyer points, sir?
Very funny, Alfred.
Why, thank you. Just a few more remarks like that, and I'll have earned my spot in the Sarcastic Butlers Hall of Fame.
Yeah! Alfred's savagery. That's what we need more of. Whoops, sorry, Alfred. My bad.
I've done my best to keep the cave tidy, but with those bats circling above, there's bound to be collateral damage. Do keep an eye on.
Yeah. So it's kind of sad that we didn't get DLC from Mr. Freeze in this, because when we played the DLC the other night, it was a buggy mess. Like, the PS3 version was really, really buggy. It jammed up and everything. It just, you know, kind of messed up, right? But anyway, let's have some fun. Good times, good times. But yeah, if you guys want to watch that news thing, I'm going to be doing that from now on, in between streams. Just keep it very simple. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we can help bring the O1 channel back a little bit until Gotham Knights comes out. I don't know. I just find this all hilarious, that's all. Let's see. Alfred... Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. Fun in Gotham. Dun dun! Hi, guys. Do you miss me? Blue grenade. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I actually lost my Wii U pad for this system, though. I hope that doesn't end up biting me in the butt. So tonight is Superhero Takeover. Like, you have the, you know, last bonus episode for Arkham Origins. And then Spider-Man is brought to you by an Ultimate member on Patreon. And they wish to remain anonymous. And I'm like, okay, whatever. That's fine. So hopefully that it doesn't make Mystery, who's the normal sponsor of Ultimate Spider-Man, feel a little sad. Because he kind of started the series. But like I said, sometimes Ultimates, they like to take over other people's series and they want to see it continue. So the person was like, I'm not feeling well. I would like to see, you know, some Ultimate Spider-Man tonight. And he says, you know, I don't normally request stuff, so I was like, yeah, no problem. You're, you know, paying the tier, sure. And he's like, I also don't want people to pester me, so I don't want them to know who it is. It's like, okay, that's fine. I respect that. Basically, the same people were responsible for the Castlevania Symphony of the Night series. Like, they vaguely, you know, ever really say who they are, which is fine. We do have our ultimate tier on Patreon, should people want to use it. But it's the same as the tier over here on YouTube. Let's see, what else did I do today? Early in the morning, half comatose, Amber and I recorded more Retro Mondays for our Facebook gaming page. Which, you know, we post new videos Monday through Friday on Facebook Gaming, because we're partners over there. Only videos, though, no streams. I don't know if we'll ever stream on Facebook or not, but yeah, we did make some new videos. Injustice Tuesdays is Injustice Versus, basically, kind of, except a little bit more simplified. Facebook likes us to keep the videos, if possible, under 20 minutes. So our Injustice Versus series is only about like 10 or 12 minutes an episode every Tuesday. And then we have playthrough Wednesday and Thursdays. And then sometimes when a company gives us a new game, we have what's known as First Look Fridays. And no, the videos that are on Facebook that are uploads are exclusive to Facebook. We're not allowed to post them anywhere else, because they're Facebook's. Just like, you know, YouTube wouldn't really want us to download or install our videos on Twitch, because they were made for YouTube. That kind of stuff. Very thankful to be a Facebook partner. I just hope it all pans out. We're supposed to be getting paid in a couple weeks, so I guess we'll see if it's all real or not. I mean, I know that it says Facebook Gaming Partner on our Facebook. It literally says partner or whatever, like the special badge that only partners get. But you know me, I don't really trust a lot of corporations, so I always think everybody has an angle. Until I see that paycheck, I'm going to be worried. So, which we've been doing a lot of videos on the side, so yeah. I want this all to work out, you know, because we could use the additional income. It's always nice being able to know that you can afford your rent. Ouch! Punker. Also, you can tell I'm a lot happier over the past month or so. That's because I have another job, so it'd be nice if they pay me. Because I'm due. I'm owed it. Ah! What happened? Am I stuck in a glitch? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of snipers! Ah! Stay away from me! Stay away! You are in trouble. I'm gonna punch you in the face. See? You're in trouble. Uh-oh, you're in trouble. Batarang's gonna hit you in the face. On the double. Uh-oh. Let's see. What's going on YouTube, though? I guess because Arkham Origins is done, let's do this. I'm gonna put a poll. I don't really know how to put a poll on here. But let's go to the not again! No, I didn't want to do that! Oh my gosh! Ah! No! I died. Slanted on there. Okay. I'm gonna put a poll on our YouTube channel, and then you guys can you can pick.
And here
Quiet,
I
Eddie.
I'd finally met my intellectual equal. So much for that.
Barry is the destructor. Okay. What am I on? Am I on my channel? Or am I on my other channel? Like, what did I upload off of? Ah, okay, cool, I can do this. Alright, guys. Over on the Let's Play channel, I'm making a thing. Gosh. Hang on. Just pay no attention to this real quick. I'm going over to my community tab. And I need to make a poll. Actually, I should probably talk about that I'm actually streaming this. I totally forgot about that. I've been kind of preoccupied from, like, doing a video on my other channel. which is weird, but that Streamlabs thing really works out well. Live now with last stream of Arkham Origins. Whoop. Happy New Year. Would I really say Happy New Year, though? No, I don't believe so. Zelda's here. And just for context of what happened, because some people were like, it was rude of you to take her blanket. It's like, first off, it was my blanket. It's my Zelda blanket. That's mine. And I was not fighting her over it. What happened was I went up to get something to drink, and I left the blanket bunched up. Because, you know, I was editing and stuff. And then what she did is she came by when I left, and she took over my spot. And she hogged the blanket. So it was only right for me to, you know, take the blanket back. Okay, so here we go. We're putting a poll, since this is the end of Arkham Origins. Sonic of the Black Knight. The Black Knight. Yep. Mario and Luigi Dream Team. And one other option. Just for fun. Turtles in Time Reshelled. You guys have your assignment. The poll is up right now. Which should be our next stream series now that Batman is over? Question mark. On your mark. Get set. Go. There you go. Poll is up. You guys decide which should be our next stream series now that Batman is over. Have fun. And based on what you guys, the community, because there's about 180 of you guys right now, we'll see what wins. And then tomorrow, that will be what happens. Now, keep in mind, if Sonic of the Black Knight wins, Sonic of the Black Knight will be first. As soon as Lego Marvel is over, then Sonic and the Black Knight would happen anyway. Or Young Justice. Because Young Justice is only going to be 4 streams. Like, Young Justice is not going to take very long at all. So it's not the end of the world if, you know, the Mario and Luigi thing ends up, like, exceeding votes. It's just a fun little thing you guys can do if you want. And decide what you would like to see on the channel this month. Every once in a while, when we have a hard time deciding what we're going to do next, we poll the audience and see what they want to do. Makes sense, right? I think so. That's the whole point of having a community. Give me that knife, fool. Boom. Dun 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 dun. Yay. What's your story? Yep, glue grenade to the face. Hey, why didn't that work? Why did that not work, guy? Kick. Oh, just so people know, too, from now on in my Batman news stories, I might actually use Arkham Origins as a backdrop because I love the snow, and also I love the holiday aesthetic. I think it would look okay. Yeah, it would look like snow and stuff. It's a little... I noticed that it's blurrier, like when you do first-person view in this, but for the most part, I mean, this would look nice too. This would be a nice backdrop for like a news video. It's kind of cool, or a podcast. No, I'm gonna hurt you. As soon as I find where you are, and then I'm gonna hurt you. Oh, there he is! Look at it! He's running away! You scared?
You don't scare me.
You just said, please don't hurt me. Wouldn't that mean you're scared?
No, I'll make you wish you were dead. So where is the extortion data? Alright. Damn.
Whoa! Sonic of the Black Knight is winning by a huge margin. 51 votes so far. Sonic the Black Knight, 57%. Mario and Luigi Dream Team, 16. Turtles in Time Reshelled, 30%. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, guys, that was a joke. You don't want to troll the trollee. That's just no. That was just a joke among friends. You don't want that. You don't want that ever. Right? Stupid Riddler. Okay. All right. I see what you're doing there. Now I can do it. Now I can do it. No, Amber and I don't want to play that game. It's just a joke. You were just having a ha-ha funny moment. There are better Turtles games for us to play. I mean, that PS3 isn't going to work forever. So, I mean, but still. Still. Extortion file found. Da-da. You know, I just wanted to actually take down these network relays. So that's what we're going to do. Yes, darling. Yes, we are. 2 videos. I'd like to do 6:30 in the morning. Or 7. Okay, sweetie. Network relay. I know, why don't you make your salad? Okay, honey. Okay. Zelda, no, you just got yourself calm. Well, now you got Zelda up in an upheaval. She was perfectly... She has crunchies. Wait, I'm the freeloader? I'm the freeloader? What? Am I hearing this right? Wow, Amber. That's a hot take there, darling.
You know what? The sooner they get all the men out of the DC universe, the better.
Wow, Amber. Amber, your attempts at trolling is not welcome. Well, I mean, in my defense, she did get sick last night. No, guys, Amber's just joking. You can tell in her tone of voice.
I went to the hospital 4 years ago, so maybe that means I don't get lunch either. Right, Luke?
What does that even mean?
Oh.
Hi, sweetie. What is that? And how do I get that to work?
It's fine, Luke. Zelda and I have the household under control. You do your man stuff.
Oh, that's what... Wait, how are you supposed to... Oh. I always make these extortion things harder than they appear. Oh well. Alright, let's check up on our poll for the next stream series. Let's see how we're doing. Oh my gosh, no.
Make Luke suffer.
We have 102 votes, 33% Turtles in Time Reshelled, 17% Mario and Luigi Dream Team, 52% for Sonic and the Black Knight. Okay. So far, so good. But that Ninja Turtles game is kind of creeping up there. That's terrifying. It's terrifying. That should be... You want to know what should be at 33%? Mario and Luigi Dream Team. You want to know what should be at 17 or even 10%? Turtles in Time Reshelled.
By the way, Zelda told me that you've just been slacking off all day. That's what she said. She just wanted to know if you accomplished anything today, Luke.
I've accomplished lots of things, please.
Okay.
Don't do And Zelda was actually the one sleeping peacefully till you opened up the door. And then she thought she was getting fed.
It's called she was in starvation.
She's not in starvation mode. She's fine. We feed her plenty.
I know.
She got sick yesterday. And it was gross. Oh, there's an anarchy thing there too? Oh, there's a car in my way too.
Hey everyone!
Why didn't that work? There we go. Da 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 da. Oh, EXMAS.
Justice for Zelda.
What?
Yep, I'm still trolling Luke. You've been doing a good job. Good job working all day on me.
I'm fine. I'm looking. Nothing.
Hey, country girl, how's it going? Great to see you. Do you want to know what I did this morning after we recorded stuff? Did we record stuff?
Yeah.
Hey, Simons. It says click on the cards. Oh. Okay, thank you, Simons.
What's Simon saying?
How to make a poll on YouTube. Go to the Creator Studio, open video details, click on Cards tab, go to the place in the timeline where you expect the audience to drop off, and add poll. Fill out question and answers a poll. Click Create Card.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it in the chat, but I did it on the...
Oh, I do know how to do it on the chat.
Oh.
Do you want me to do it? I
only know how to do yes and no.
You just... Oh, no, you can click the... You can change the answers. Just click on the yes, no. And then change them to do different other things.
That's kind of confusing.
No, I can do it. You want me to do it right now?
If you want to.
What's the poll? What's the answer?
But I already set up the poll there, see? What should be our next stream series after Batman is over? Sonic and the Black Knight, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Turtles.
Alright.
It's already right there.
Alright, I'll have to show you it later then.
Thank you.
Am I right, Zelda? This guy.
This guy. That's me. That's me, that's me, that's me.
Amber is a troll. Definitely Tom. Where do we vote? Look.
Community tab.
Yeah.
Wait, where did these guys come from? No. It's in the middle of an extortion thing. Wait, that sounds wrong. It's in the middle of an extortion file. What is it, Zelda? What is it, you fur monkey?
I knew the Turtles game was a troll, which is why I picked it. LOL, says Couch.
Shh.
Oh no.
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 It's so bad, you guys. I had to review it for work. In fact, did you know you can't even buy that game anymore? It's so bad that it's been blipped from existence. It's true.
What do I do if my best friend is female, but her significant other will not let us hang out, and we don't even like each other, and her significant other is just jealous? I mean, I don't think I should answer the question.
That's a loaded question.
I mean,
the husband or boyfriend obviously isn't cool with it.
I can give you guys a weird example. So when Luke and I were dating, and I won't go too into this because it's kind of like difficult to talk about, but when Luke and I were dating, some guy who was my best friend in first grade wanted to hang out with me, and he was a lot older obviously then, like in his 20s, and we met again in college, and I hadn't met him for so long, and we were gonna go hang out somewhere, but it was very difficult for me. Luke really didn't want me to do that because he knew it would turn into something, because, you know, I hadn't seen him for so long, and he was my best friend in first grade. And I didn't end up going out to see him because the problem is, if you've ever watched When Harry Met Sally, men and women really cannot just be friends. It's impossible. That's my actual opinion of it. You may think you're just friends, but in reality, it's impossible.
Someone is always going to want a little more sometimes.
Men and women cannot just be friends. It's impossible.
They must be war. No.
Unless you guys are both, like, with other people, and you guys go out on a double date and hang out. till then it's kind of dangerous. That's just my honest opinion. I don't mean to be mean or anything, and you know, like, also, you know, make sure that she doesn't hang out, or you know, if he's making her get rid of all her guy friends, make sure that he needs to get rid of all his girlfriends too then. Because that's not fair. I knew somebody that made the person get rid of all their friends that were girls, and then they hung out with tons of guys and was like, oh, what's the matter with it? So
yeah,
like,
and
it
then
has to go both ways.
ended up cheating on
Yeah,
the
she
guy
ended up
she made the
cheating on
rules.
that guy.
Yeah.
She made tons of rules for him, and then she ended up being quote-unquote friends with someone. In reality, she was dating the other person.
She was dating the other guy.
So
yeah.
you have to, like think of it like this, like, one way that I've had it described from, like, psychologists, pastors, and everything like this, is, like, say you, like, even, like, I even used to watch, like, old movies and stuff, where the woman would be at the dinner table with her husband, but there's this person making conversation with her, making her giggle and laugh at the dinner table. There's such a thing as, like, emotional cheating. Like, even if you're supposedly, you never really do anything physical with somebody else, if you're literally engaged in all your emotions are put into this other person. When you're, like, say I would go out to dinner with somebody and there was a really pretty girl that was one of our friends, and Luke was just laughing up a storm, like, with her, I would get extremely jealous, because he's kind of emotional cheating on me. Like, he's spending all his time, like, you know, laughing at all her jokes and concentrating on her. The same as if there was a guy there, and, you know, basically, you can flirt with people on accident and not realize you're flirting with them. That's my honest opinion.
You're allowed to have your honest opinion.
If you go, say you even go to a dinner with somebody and you're at a long table and somebody at the dinner, a stranger, just talks to you and you're just, like, engaging them so much, and, you know, you're just, like, having such a blast with this, kind of like, almost like you're creating a fantasy with this stranger and just talking to them and laughing a lot. Really, you shouldn't do that to your significant other, because they would get really hurt. Like, when you're in a relationship with one person, you should just be in a relationship with that person. You can have friends, but you can have friends, but going alone somewhere with a friend who's of the opposite sex, it kind of turns into more than a friendship at that point. Like, if you're with a group of people and you're doing something, like you're all part of a church group or you're all part of a music group or something, then maybe it's fine. But, like, if you're always going because that one person is in the group, then maybe you need to, it all has to do with, it doesn't have to do with, it has to do with what is inside you. Like, what your motive is, you know? And only you can know that. So, well, that's my honest opinion. And
You're allowed to have your opinion.
Like, I think, yeah, I mean, I think people should be able to have guy and girlfriends, but I don't think it's honestly possible. I don't think guys and girls can be friends.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, so we're actually doing a Riddler thing now, because I didn't mean for this to happen. It just kind of did. So we get the electric. Ah, nope. Ah! Oh my gosh, this is a lot harder than it looks. Oof. Not good. Not good. Wait for it. Oh,
Batman
why?
said happened with my parents before they got divorced.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Batman.
Yeah, it was really hard for us, because our friend, you know, I think they were engaged too. They were engaged, and he took it very hard, because he thought she was the one, and then she kept hanging out with these guys, even after she told him that he had to dump all his friends.
Yeah, he had a lot of girls that were friends with
she
him.
kept hanging out with other guys, even after she said, well, I don't like you hanging out with girls. So she was, you know. Mm-hmm. And then he was heartbroken. He came over to our house, and he just stayed for a few days, and he was devastated, and then we never saw him again. It was horrible.
Yeah, so it may seem mean to make a rule like that, but there's a reason behind it. Bad things can happen with when girls and guys are just friends. That's why, like, if I ever go out with, you know, like, that's why I don't do, like, if I go out to the movies, I only make friends with girls. I only go out to the movies with girls, I would never, if a guy, you know, was in my class or something, was like, oh, we both like the same movie, let's go, I would say no immediately. I would never do that, even if I knew there was nothing that was going to happen. Even if they got run over by a truck and they looked like Two-Face and I was not attracted to them all, I would still never do it, because, you know.
Oh, look at that! It jammed up, but it didn't jam up. Oh, no. What is going on? Oh my gosh, okay.
He's this way.
Okay, well these guys are going down. And finally we're getting rid of the dude over on the other rooftop. Maybe.
Oh, the dad married his friend, and now she is your stepmom. Oh my gosh,
wow.
Batman, that must be terrible.
That's weird. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I can virtual hugs Batman. Yeah, that's very wrong.
Where did the Whoop. No.
You guys are attracted to the same gender instead of the opposite gender, though? Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, the guy... I mean, at least I explained why the guy is worried about it, you know? Or the other person is worried about it, you know?
Wait, how is this supposed to work? Oh, I know what they're doing. Oh, this is going to be difficult. So, this is why I didn't do a lot of the Riddler stuff. Look at that. You have to glide here, and then you have to move... You have to touch this, then you have to piggyback off of this one to the thing. Nope. Nope. I failed. What happens if I land on the ground then? It's over? Or did they make this easier than Arkham City? Oh, they did. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That was actually pretty easy. Wow. Oh, no, never mind. Can I go here? No, I want to. Oh gosh, no. Wait. Aha! Look at that! So in Arkham City, what would have happened is when you went off those platform things like that, the little things that you have to glide on, if you touched another surface, then those things would like automatically click back on. In this one, at least this puzzle, all you had to do was land on it for a second, activate it, and even if you fell, wow, maybe the Enigma things aren't as bad as they are in the other Arkham games in Origins. I've never actually tried to get them all, so I don't know 100%, but I don't know. It's possible. It's possible that maybe they're not that bad. Oops.
Yeah.
Whoops. Glue!
Well, thanks, Blue X. Oh.
We're in trouble.
Wait, I thought he had glue on him. Glue! I love the sound effects, though, when you get hit by pipes and stuff like that. It's pretty impressive.
I'm sorry that happened with your mom. I'm sorry about that, Batman.
Yeah, very sorry to hear that. Boom.
Well, he said something else happened with his mom that was difficult.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
No, he just said she tried to kill him.
Oh my gosh! Why would... Okay. Now I feel horrible.
Sorry, Bat. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when people write stuff down, they don't want... because, I mean, then it's... You know.
Sorry.
It's okay. We just won't bring attention to it.
You're aware you've no reason to be here, right?
I have no reason to be here. I have reasons.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, yeah, I mean, when you're a little kid, though, you can make friends with guys and girls.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. I made tons of friends with guys and girls.
She's talking about as an adult.
I mean, when you get to be a teenager and adult, you can make friends with guys and girls. You can, but in reality, your friends are always going to be thinking something else a lot. Even if you're not, they will. So.
I mean, if you're both single, and as adults, yeah, definitely, you know, have girl and guy friends.
Yeah, but if you're with somebody else, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, if you're serious about somebody, you should probably focus that time on that person and just hang out in group things.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like making, if you're both single, there's nothing wrong with making a friend of a girl or guy.
Yeah, because you never know where that's gonna go.
But just be aware that it doesn't always, you know, it's very rare that you would, it would be very rare that you would just, you know, and also if you end up meeting a significant other or something, then you might have to get rid of that friendship at some point. Because it might make the other person uncomfortable. But...
Especially if you're spending more time with them than you are with...
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. What is that? Is that seriously a data pack just sitting there? Oh. Why can't I get up there? Okay. Alright. Alright. I see what you're doing, game. Okay. I'm gonna play your crazy game. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
For instance, like, a lot of the guys in high school, I didn't realize... I had a lot of friends in high school, and I thought they were my friends because I liked science, and they did. That's not where they were my friends. I found out later that wasn't the reason they were my friends at all. They weren't really my friends at all.
Sorry, sweetie.
They weren't. Yeah.
Oh, look at how easy that is. Look at that. Yoink. Da-da-da-da. So... It applies. That Zelda reference works. Because Zelda's right there.
Little Zelda.
Do 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 do. I might actually have gotten rid of the copyright by not having the opening of the game be the Arkham theme. I guess we'll find out. Could be wrong. We'll see how greedy Warner Brothers is. If they're gonna claim this video just for a free roaming video. Will they, won't they?
Oh yeah, sorry that, yeah, that must have been an uncomfortable situation, Lachlan. Definitely.
Alright.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
Now, we're almost done with the network relays, and we've actually done a lot of Nigma's data packs, which is crazy. My question is, what happens when you finish the network relays? Can we go back and do that Edward Nigma mission, or no? Wait, where is the network relay? It says I'm on top of it, but I don't see it. Oh. I think it's over here. Rooftops are clear, so everything should be good.
Oh yeah, sorry that you have so many medical issues, Timothy. I'm so sorry about that.
Yoink. Zing! And then there was one. Haha! Sweet!
That's cool, Moises. That's very cool.
So I was actually looking up our original Arkham Origins save file on the PS3. Apparently we never did all the network relays either. Like, we only did a portion of things.
Oh, you're feeling better, doesn't it? Awesome.
That's good to hear.
Well, which one did we only do a portion of, sweetheart?
The original, because we did Arkham Origins on the PS3. So we only did a little bit of it. Actually, I've actually done more on this stream series than I've ever done from Arkham, the other games we looked at, which is kind of interesting. Because I didn't think... I guess, like, what I did was, when I streamed on Hotbox or Hitbox or whatever it was, then I just went through and I played, like, I probably did, like, 3 or 4 hour streams when we were in Boston. I don't even know how much money we made on that site. I don't remember.
We didn't make very much, Luke. It was like...
Oh, wow.
It was like $10 or $3 a stream, I thought. It really wasn't very much. I don't know.
Ow, why did I spend...
maybe we got like $50 a month.
Oh, gosh.
It was just because we thought it would turn into something more, I thought. That's what I remember.
Yeah, because we had thousands of people watching us over there, too. And we weren't making anything.
Maybe we made 100 or 200 a month.
Probably had to make over 100 or something.
We must have made a couple hundred, I don't know.
I think I streamed on there every Friday.
Because I used to make a couple $100 a month on my K-Wife channel, just normally, every month, randomly, without doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I kept trying to put videos on there. And then, honestly, that's why I ended up going to culinary school, was when YouTube cut all the revenue.
Oh, yeah.
And I was making 20, and then I was making 0. And I was just like, okay, so I'm putting videos on here and making nothing. I got very depressed because, you know, I looked at my K-Wife channel and I was making 0. I mean, imagine if I, you know, I can't imagine what it's like for some people that, you know, for instance, like our friend Viewer who does like, his channel is an extra income for him and his kids, and he likes the manager of a gas station, and then he does the channel.
I thought he was the owner.
He might be the owner.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he might be the owner actually. So he like owns a gas station, I think, and he also runs the entire thing. Plus, he does the channel with his kids. And I mean, I don't know how much they were giving him on YouTube before, but for him to like, I remember him saying that he, you know, or you telling me that he actually does the extra channel so he can have extra income for extra things for his kids, like vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
And like for YouTube just to take all that revenue, I can't imagine like what YouTube has been like for some, because like if you have your kids on videos, then they just took everything.
Oh yeah.
Like anyone who had a kid on, like I was just watching Jamie Oliver, and he has his kid on some of his videos. I thought that celebrities were exempt, but I feel like everyone seemed to hate Jamie Oliver for some reason. He seems to be cursed like us. But I was on some of his videos. Any video that he has his kids on, revenue was gone. I get like a little...
Oh, so it's not rules for thee, but not for me type scenario?
It depends on the celebrity, though. Like, I feel like some celebrities don't have any rules, but Jamie Oliver is like... He always seems to get blasted the same as we do. Because I noticed every video that his kid is on, I got a little warning, like, this video is made for KIDS.
Oh, wow.
Even though it's really not. It's obviously a cooking tutorial from a very world-renowned chef. It's not obviously made for KIDS, but it happens to have a guest on, which is his son. So I just thought, wow, this is so weird. But yeah, like, some of these people that did gaming channels with their kids, I just feel devastated for them, thinking what happened with their revenue. I should like call them after. I don't want to depress them talking about more. Like, it's already depressing.
All right, guys, we're gonna do. I don't think we've ever done this, so this is something new for us, Amber. This is the Nigma headquarters. We destroyed all the network relays, and now for the first time we get to come face to face with what would be the man who becomes the Riddler. Right now, he is a guy who is leaking data in Gotham to cause mass panic, and he's tired of his dead-end job, and he just wants to root out corruption in Gotham. And he's going to basically release like all this data that basically ruins the lives of hundreds of people in Gotham, who are, you know, some of them are up to no good, but some of them are just working for companies that they didn't know any better. So it would cause mass panic. And so Batman, on the side of everything that's happening in Arkham Origins, has to stop this stuff from going through. So we've never done this that I know of. So it's happening right now. So this might be a cutscene or something, I don't know. I don't think there's a death trap involved with this.
But do you remember why my channel got hit so hard by Kappa, though?
Yep.
I had all the fashion games on there.
Yep.
And Kappa doesn't like fashion games.
No. No, they do not. Here we go. We've never done this that I know of. There's Nigma sitting there with his smug little Nigma face.
Well, look at that. You figured it out. I'm impressed. Annoyed, too. But your achievement signals a level of intellect rarely seen in Gotham. It seems you're quite the riddle. Now, don't get too comfortable. You see, I learned something else tonight. The nastiest, dirtiest little secret you can imagine. It puts the rest of my collection to shame. But I'm going to wait to release it, if only because it means I get to watch you squirm as you wonder what on earth it is. I'll be in touch soon.
Looks like he's no longer an imminent threat. I can close this case. For now, at least.
There we go. We destroyed his servers. How did he manage to get that data pack all the way over there? That's crazy. So this is what I was saying about like a missed opportunity. I'm just gonna get on my little soapbox. You know Arkham Origins 2 was planned about Robin, right? They just painted a very important picture that Nigma possibly knows who Batman is, which Riddler always knows who Batman is. He doesn't really use that information because there's really no point to it. Like, oh, Bruce Wayne is Batman. Okay, well, I still like messing with him, and I like messing with Batman because Bruce Wayne is just not really a fun figure. Batman is the more interesting character, but they painted a very extravagant picture for Nigma about him, like, doing riddles and all this other stuff that they could have really utilized in Arkham Origins 2. And then it just kind of goes into, like, you never really see how that, you know, branches out. This would have been the start of something. They could have done the Arkham Origins 2 and then gone with the Riddler and the creation of Two-Face. And there's so much that they could have done to play in the sandbox had they not ruined the continuity. There's so much they could have done to expand on it, or, you know, they could even just retcon this from the Arkham community and have it be its own thing. You know? There's so many missed opportunities that this game presented, you know? Oh, I can't get in there?
I think I don't understand it, the complexity of what you're saying. But I'll just listen.
Wait, there's a door jammer somewhere? Where?
Someone in the chat is saying, yeah, the Riddler always seems to find out who Batman is.
Yeah. That's because the Riddler's really smart. Where's the jamming thing? It's behind the door? Hey guys, is there any way to, or is that it? Is there any way to ever get in that door, or this is just like kind of a, because I've never done this.
You have to collect the data packs in order to open the door, says John Doe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry to hear that you had surgery 6 years ago, Brianna, and I'm glad you're doing better. And sorry for the people whose comments I read out loud that I wasn't supposed to. I'll try to be better about that. Okay, we'll see you later, Batman. And, I'll always keep you in my thoughts and prayers, buddy. Keep trucking on. Oh, awesome. Batman is still here then. Awesome.
So you have to get
Cool.
all the data packs in order to see where this goes now. Okay.
Honestly, you guys, some of you guys handle things way better than me. I would be cool. I'm a very angry person. Things bother me, I would be like bothered by it, but you guys keep on going, so you guys are doing great.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I mean, like, I actually, I mean, this is kind of like weird topic, but someone in the chat was saying that one side of their family is Protestant, the other side Catholic, but I actually stayed with a family like that. And they loved each other a lot, and they just went to different churches on Sunday, and it was completely fine. The husband, like, actually used to troll his wife on Friday, though, because she wouldn't eat meat. She'd only eat fish, and he would always troll her, which I thought was kind of mean, but I think it was his way of, like, teasing her or something. He would sit there and barbecue meat, and she would have her fish. But honestly, like, sometimes that works out better. Like, I actually go to church on Saturday now, and Luke watches church from home on Sunday. It works out fine. So,
well, I grew up in that environment. Like, my family is Protestant, and my grandparents were Catholic, like hardcore Catholic. You know, everybody got along as far as I know.
You can always agree to disagree. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And then, like, I always thought it would be bad because then your kids would get confused. Like, well, what am I supposed to believe? But actually, in some ways, it opens them up to, like, they can decide what to believe, you know?
Yeah, my grandparents had a rule, too, like, no politics at the table, which is something I wish that my family would have done, because it probably would have made Thanksgivings more doable. But my grandparents were very smart, you know? It was a house that was very peaceful, and you could watch cartoons and, you know, eat awesome New York-style hot dogs and hear stories about, you know, when my grandma and grandpa were growing up in the 30s and 20s and things like that. It was a wonderful environment for me. I miss it a lot. That house now has been sold to a new family that, you know, work in New York City, which is something I think my grandfather would have wanted. I believe the gentleman who bought the house is actually, he's either a police officer or a firefighter, which would make my grandpa really happy. So, but you know,
Yep.
I do miss that old
cool,
house, even though that old house was scary sometimes, and the clown room was terrifying.
Hey, thinking atheist, happy New Year! Thanks so much for coming by.
So we're gonna do some data packs, I think. What is this? Oh, that's a Nigma data handler. Nah. Where are we? Complete the set to decipher the extortion file number 8.
OH says find every last extortion files in the game to unlock the door and get the Riddler trophy.
Oh.
Okay, thanks OH.
So he was already working on becoming the Riddler. Interesting. Cool. I don't think we'll get to do that. I mean, this is our last outing with Arkham Origins. Until, you know, I guess next year when they when it celebrates 10 years. Isn't it kind of interesting that Arkham Origins is going to be 10 years old soon? Like by 2023, and the next WB game, Montreal Batman game, is supposedly coming out in the fall of 2022. It's kind of nice, but it's also sad that it took them almost 10 years to make another Batman game. That is kind of sad.
Oh, Bat City Stuff says there's another stream about to start in 12 seconds. Do we have another stream scheduled?
It's not a stream.
Oh, that's actually a video that's gonna go up.
It's a video. It's for the 01 channel.
So that's okay if it goes up while we're streaming.
Yeah, I don't care.
He doesn't mind.
I told people that as part of my New Year's resolution, I was going to do more Batman stuff. I filmed that. You know, if there's an audience that wants to watch that and they're not Let's Play channel people, cool. They have something to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to be more active on my Batman channel. It's just a news thing. If people want to watch it, you know, for 15 minutes, cool. You can come back. I'll be here doing Riddler stuff.
Yeah, like, somebody was asking us, like, what specifically, like,
Yoink.
like, certain, like, parts of, like, what we believe are certain, what part of, what kind of, denomination are you, but I don't really...
I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
That's too personal.
Like, I try to explain to people, like, my beliefs are important, but they're also separate from the channel, so, you know, like, it's a part of me, but not part of the channel, so... I don't mind, you know, acknowledging it once in a while, but yeah.
Okay, so now, I mean, I'm not going to get all these data packs, but it's just kind of fun to get some of them. They're actually a lot easier to get than I thought they were. Like, you know, when it came to Riddler trophies and stuff and the other Arkham games, it's like, you know, terrifying to think about collecting them all. But, I mean, for the most part, this is... If you've played the previous Arkham games, it's kind of easy to get some of these. I'm not saying that there are some that are going to be really crazy, but he's not the Riddler yet, so none of these are like with weird death traps or really crazy conundrums that make you be like, oh my gosh, how am I going to utilize these gadgets to get this stuff? It's just kind of like, he's got these things sprawled out all over the place, and it's pretty easy to pick them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's kind of like an introduction to what the Riddler stuff is. Some of them are annoying to get, but for the most part, they're pretty easy. Hello.
Great to see you guys coming in. Hi, Springy Dingy. Hello, Shark Puppet. Great to see you, Bat City Stuff. Says, do you know anything about the new Bat movie coming out?
The Batman?
Not
too much.
Not too much.
Nope. I've only seen the trailers for international stuff, pieced together some stuff. I haven't made full-blown The Batman videos yet. I'm going to, but I want to compile some more information. The first video I'm going to do is a theory video about how they're going to make the Wayne's villain in the story, which is going to be a video essay, and it should be up before the movie comes out. And why that's kind of the wrong way to go with it, because I think it messes with kind of the politically charged climate that we're currently living in, and it's just going to cause more problems than anything else.
Hey, Timothy. Hey, Moises. Great to see you, Fernando. United Thrive and Entree. And Thinking Atheist says, no problem, I enjoyed the streams. Thanks so much, Thinking Atheist. Thanks for coming by.
Darn.
Hello, Matthew. Hey, Mary. And yeah, hope you're having a great new year, too. Thank you so much. Hey, Dozen R says, all the data packs are collected, and I'm so sorry you have to deal with the seizure stuff, Brianna. I'll definitely keep you in my thoughts and prayers about that. Sorry about that. Great to see you, Gallant and United Thrive, Cyril and JD, and Moon Knight. Hello, Moon Knight. I'm excited for 2022 movies for DC and Marvel. Awesome, Moon Knight. Hello, OHX90 and Nintendo Sonic Gamer Gal. Great to see you. Galaxy Squad and everyone. Alex in cosplay is here. Hey, Alex.
Whoopsies.
It's okay not to care about DC anymore, says Alex. That was a while ago, though. Hey, Blaze Survivor.
That's funny, Alex.
Yeah, Luke did a video for you guys asking about the Batman movie. He did a video about another DC movie, which is The Flash.
Yeah.
So you guys can check that out on his Nightwing01 channel.
Yeah, whenever you want to.
One thing I was thinking about with the Batman trailer is, if you notice, oh my gosh, who was the girl that played Catwoman in the Bale Batman movies?
Anne Hathaway. Yeah.
So like, you notice Anne Hathaway and this girl that plays Catwoman here, like they both kind of like hardly talk, and they have these little glances, and they're trying to look cool all the time. If you think of like the way Michelle Pfeiffer played Catwoman, it was like extremely dramatic. Like she was like acting like her acting was like, what?
I know how to do this one. This one's easy.
I'm just gonna say that like a lot of people are saying this new lady that's playing Catwoman, that she's gonna be like Michelle Pfeiffer, but
no.
If you really watch Michelle Pfeiffer's acting and how dramatic she was, and how her, like kind of like downtrodden she was, and then she was like pushed out the window, and like it was so dramatic, like her Catwoman, like it's hard for me to believe that anyone could ever match how Michelle Pfeiffer played that. Like I just don't, like Anne Hathaway didn't match that, like nobody can. I think this Catwoman will be really good. I think she'll be cool, and
she'll be closer to the comics.
She's really pretty, and she seems, really sweet. I like all her little wigs, and she's obviously really, really smexy, and she's super cute. But it's like, I just don't think she'll be able to like play it like Michelle Pfeiffer. I just don't think anyone can. I could be wrong though, but
I don't think that's the style that she's going to do, though. I just said
they're trying to make it like a comic book
she's
thing.
going to be like the comic book Catwoman.
Yeah, because the Batman 1989 were really dramatic movies. Like, everything in it was dramatic. Over the top.
That's what it was. It was a stylized,
I really liked
action
it, though.
movie.
Like,
yeah.
it's hard to beat Michelle Pfeiffer with Catwoman.
Not gonna take this anymore.
Okay.
You have to go through a lot of different Catwoman women to realize how good Michelle Pfeiffer was.
Michelle Pfeiffer was doing kind of a tribute to the 60s Catwomen, Eartha Kitt and Julie Neymar.
Oh, yeah.
Plus she was doing her own thing, like where her Catwoman literally came back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I don't think that there'll be any supernatural element for the Catwoman that we see in the Batman. I don't think so.
Oh wait, there was someone who did it that dramatic, but it was in a bad way.
What?
The Catwoman movie, with oh my gosh.
Wait, how do you get that one?
Why can I not remember the actress's name?
Oh, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry did a dramatic Catwoman as well, but in a really bad way. But I forgot.
Let's not speak of that movie.
I forgot Eartha Kitt was really fun as Catwoman, and the other Julie Neymar was more like cool and collected, but Eartha Kitt was really. I would say she was very fun. Catwoman.
Eartha Kitt played Catwoman very fierce. Julie Newmar played Catwoman very sexy. Mm-hmm. Deadly but sexy. And so I feel that Michelle Pfeiffer's version of Catwoman was like a combination of those portrayals plus her own original take on the character, because there was a supernatural element to it. And the supernatural element was she died and came back to life and literally had additional lives to match, you know, the craziness of...
I will say, though, like...
What is this?
I don't... Is my... thank you, Timothy and Springy Dingy says, Michelle Pfeiffer is another breed, such a great actress. Yep, definitely. She's so good. And Timothy says, I agree with Amber. Oh, thank you, Timothy. I mean, I don't know, I'm just spouting off this is my impression. I'm not as worried about this Catwoman. I really didn't like Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, like, in the Bale movies. I didn't like her headgear. I thought it looked really bad. But...
Oh, I did it!
This Catwoman looks super cute. She's super smexy. Looks like a comic book character. So I'm hoping it'll be good. I'm hoping I know she'll do a great job.
Yeah,
and like you said, she's doing it like more understated. She's not like over dramatic. Like,
she's a cat burglar.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's what Catwoman is.
I'm excited to see if... Oh, on the new Batman movie, I guess the thing that I would be most excited for, I'm excited to see yet another version of Batman. It's like when we watched that anime thing where they showed different types of Batman in different universes. So I'm excited to see this version.
You mean
of
the
Batman.
Gotham Knights movie?
Yeah. I'm excited to see this version of Batman. So.
Yep. I just don't like his cowl. His cowl bothers me. Other than that, I think it's fine.
I can tell you what bothered me at the beginning, but I think it's better now. What?
No, I don't think the cowl is better now.
I'm not talking about the cowl. I'm just saying, like, I thought they cut her hair way too short at the beginning. And then I was like, no, because they have different wigs on her, and it actually fits better in her little thing.
Wow, he did not really try hard to hide these. At all. That's interesting.
Only thing I don't like about the whole movie thing is, like, the whole movie seems super dark and sad. Like, every picture of Batman or Wayne, he looks so depressed.
Well,
Catwoman looks depressed. Everyone looks depressed.
Well, I mean, Matt Reeves, you saw Planet of the Apes, right? Planet of the Apes is a pretty dark, depressing movie.
I didn't see...
The remakes.
No, I didn't see that. Yeah, that looked terrifying. I didn't want to see that because it looked scary. I like the original Planet of the Apes.
The one with Charlton Heston?
Yeah. But it was still scary. The movie's kind of scary.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of... I mean, the movie almost got an R rating because there's going to be a lot of pretty... There's not really going to be blood, but, I mean, they had to change it from... I mean, if you really think about it, The Long Halloween would be an R-rated movie based on, you know, what the Holiday Killer does. So, I mean, for the most part, Riddler, he just... It's still terrifying. He duct tapes people's faces so they suffocate, and then he blows them up.
Oh my god!
But the R-rated element of the movie, like the Riddler, even though he's going to be terrifying, like the Joker was terrifying with Heath Ledger's Joker or whatever, they're both PG-13 villains. So I mean, they're still saying the movie might get an R rating, but I don't think so.
From the trailer, it looks like an R-rated movie to me, but R-rated
Riddler's a serial killer.
R-rated movies today have, like, F-bombs, like, every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, the rating is so much higher. Like, what an R-rated movie would have been 20 years ago is, like, completely different than what it is today. I accidentally went into an R-rated movie, like, because I thought, oh, this is supposed to be a cool action movie. I tried to leave, like, so many times. It was so horrific. I couldn't believe, like, the movie was just so much swearing, so much violence. I just wanted to run out. I waited till a time it wasn't important to the plot, and I just ran out of the movie. Didn't even ask for my money back. I couldn't even take it. It was so violent.
Shoot,
I don't know what movie it was, but I can't deal with R-rated movies today. They're just way too much for me. Because, like, Batman... some of the 1989... Some of the Keaton Batman movies were R-rated. In the 80s, I think.
No.
No?
No. PG.
I wasn't allowed to watch those movies as a youngling because I was told
at least I think they were
too violent.
Because PG movies were basically like PG-13 movies of the 90s. And PG-13 was, you know, kind of R. But it might have been PG-13. I thought it was PG. The first one. PG-13 was Batman Returns. I think.
That's why, like, I stick to the movies I know what they are. Like, I stick to, like, I like to watch the
I could be wrong though. Maybe they both were PG-13.
Mission Impossible movies for action because I know it won't be that bad.
I don't want to die. You should have thought of that before you signed up to work for Enigma. Where's the blackmail information you collected?
Oh gosh.
For him?
Okay, okay.
Okay, please.
I'm kind of a wuss though. Some of the Harry Potter movies are too scary for me, so.
Oh, there it is. There's the other last extortion file here, and then we'll go to the next district. This is kind of fun. I like this. Bonus episode collecting data packs. Maybe I should say that.
I will say though,
Not
like
bonus.
the way that he is like extremely like the way that Batman's extremely violent and just like brute force and stuff is pretty cool, honestly. Like it reminds me of Arkham, or
Yeah.
it just feels really real and like
He fights like Arkham. I
It
also
doesn't-
love, if you go back and watch the new trailers, everything is synced up to like musical stuff. So when he's punching people and stuff like that, it's in rhythm to like the drums and stuff like that.
oh wow.
Yeah. So the dude who did the editing
unbelievable.
of that trailer needs to win like an award for trailers, because it's literally beat for beat when Batman is beating people up. It's in time to
Wow.
the percussion sound effects, and I was like, whoa. Even the Nolan films didn't really do that. They had the Chris, Nolan, Chris, and they had like all this crazy action like and stuff like going to those chantings. But the new trailer, when Batman's doing the action sequences, it's timed to the music. It's cool.
Pattinson does look more like Batman in the suit than
Well, he filled out more. when he-
Bale did. No?
Bale's Batsuit is better. And, like, I like Bale's Batman Begin and Dark Knight suit. The only thing that I've noticed about Bale's second suit, though, is he looks very thin. So at least it gives the appearance that Robert Pattinson is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he didn't have to do any shirtless scenes in, really, the Dark Knight, from what I remember. So he looked... I don't know. Bale looked a little bit thinner. If you go
Yeah.
back and you watch The Dark Knight, he looks a little bit thinner than he did in Batman Begins. Batman Begins, he bulked up to be
Yeah.
a ninja and some other stuff.
Batman Begins is one of my favorite Batman movies of all time.
It's a great
because
film.
I didn't really watch the Keaton movies growing up, so I got to see Batman Begins in theaters, and it was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen. It was one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. It was just really cool. I really liked how he had to like push himself to be like he was a human being, but to become something better, he had to push himself beyond like anything possible. He had to climb the Alps, like in the middle of the Himalayas, to try to get to some random place that may or may not exist, and then it was there. Like, I thought it was so interesting. Like, after I watched that movie, I was like, oh my gosh, Batman could be real. Like, he could really do this. Somebody could actually do this. That's what I took away from it, because it was like he climbed the Himalayas, which, you know, there's all kinds of stories about them, you know, like all kinds of stories about hidden places in the Himalayas, and it's like impossible to climb. And then he climbs it, and
Can I interrupt it
yeah,
real
go
quick?
ahead.
Hey guys, I vaguely remember there was like a special side mission that you could do to get inside of here. I don't remember how to do this though, unless I'm mistaken. The Cyrus Pickney or something. Cyrus somebody. I don't know how to do it though. Like maybe I'm thinking of a different Arkham game, but I don't know. But that door is totes locked. I can't get in. Like, it's completely sealed. Was that had to be part of the story or something like that, and you can't do it in free play? Or is there a way to open the door that I don't know? Like, let me know, guys. I mean, I'm going to
Cyrus Pickney.
Yeah,
Cyrus
yeah.
Pickney says Batman. Cyrus Pickney.
I'm going to the Diamond District next. But I don't remember how to do that.
I have to say though, Luke, I don't know if anyone can disagree with me, but the Nolan films were so good because they had the best villain. Like, Ra's al Ghul is the #1 Batman villain. There's nobody that can be more powerful, more scary than Ra's al Ghul. Like, he has an army.
Journal pages? What journal pages?
Cyrus Pickney, last part is going to find out. Oh, he didn't die. I want to hear what Gotham Knights are coming out in the Court of Owls in Telltale. Oh yeah, look, we got a new member, Stuart. Keylock became a member today.
Oh wow, hi Stuart.
And we had one other person become a member. Thank you so much, Stuart Keylock, for becoming a member. And for those of you guys who... You loved Anne Hathaway's Catwoman? That's cool, Stuart. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You're allowed to. Uh-oh.
A lot of people did love her as Catwoman.
I didn't. I thought she was okay.
I think maybe if she had a different outfit...
I liked Michelle Pfeiffer better.
If she had a different outfit... I actually dressed as Anne Hathaway Catwoman.
Yeah, I got you the Catwoman
And I had the
costume.
little, like, ears and everything from her suit.
No way. Maybe the Diamond District was a bad choice.
I've officially been a member for a year.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much, Batman. Really
Wow.
appreciate that. Thank you, C. Martin. Says, I love all y'all's content. Thank you so much. You need all of Cyrus's journal logs.
Now, how do you find those? Ow. I don't remember. Apparently there's a lot to this game that I don't remember.
But don't you agree that Ra's al Ghul is the most powerful villain Batman's ever fought, ever? And will ever fight. There's nobody more powerful than him.
Well, Batman considers Ra's al Ghul one of his deadliest foes because, you know, he can't let his guard down as Batman and Bruce Wayne. So, I mean, there's that.
But, like...
I want to do Amusement Mile, actually. That's more fun.
I'm just saying, like... Ra's al Ghul could... Or Ra's, however you say it... The character, he could buy and sell, like, the Riddler, like, 5,000 times over. He could buy a million other Riddler people just like him. Like, he owns armies, he owns land across the whole world. He owns, like, castles, and he's able to come back to life. You know?
Oh, so people said I have to scan plaques or something like that. It's like, I'm not going to do that, guys. In our original walkthrough, we did that. I'm just kind of hanging out, you know, saying goodbye to Arkham, having some fun.
Yeah, United Thrive says Bane was not even big in Dark Knight Rises nor Spanish.
No.
Yeah, it really bothered me at the beginning that he didn't have a Hispanic accent at all. I got over it because he was pretty cool, but you know,
It bothered me.
no matter how great Bane was, and I think the actor played him pretty well, but, you know, and that scene out of the plane was, like, unbelievable. But, like, in the comics and in any form of media, I feel like Ra's al Ghul is Batman's biggest rival. Because Ra's is trying to destroy cities and Batman's trying to save them, so they're trying to do opposite things.
Is that guy seriously just gonna... Wow, he didn't hear me? That's crazy. He didn't hear me. Okay. Uh-oh. The dude is literally just standing there. He just has to turn his head just a little bit. All that could have been prevented. You know what? It's fine. And there are two guys over here.
So, in conclusion, I feel like if they're gonna make a Batman movie to rival Batman Begins again, they'll have to include Ra's again. There's no other choice. Like, they have to have him.
I don't think they're gonna bring Ra's back though.
Like,
Sneak, sneak, sneak.
oh right, I forgot the Joker is a Batman villain. Oops,
Yeah.
completely forgot he existed. See, that's a problem. Batman has so many good villains. Bane. Oh wait, top 3 villains probably Ra's, Joker, then Bane.
For you?
Bane third. I think that most powerful villains for Batman that he has. Bane is pretty cool. He wasn't played as well as he could have been, but like in the comics and in the animated series, he was amazing.
Over there.
I think.
Guys, it's that bad freak.
You know, you could have shot me.
What the?
It's fine. Alright, so where's this extortion file now?
Alright, what are your top 3? What are the most powerful villains that you think and most...
What do you mean by powerful, though?
Okay, I don't know. What are the most...
Yeah.
What are the biggest villains that Batman has to fight, like, ever? What are the top 3...
Actual beings with superpowers, or you mean like...
Anyone that he...
I would say some of the most dangerous villains that he's had to fight are, like, if you just go by... would be people that know who he really is, because you can attack somebody in a whole different front than if you're just, like, going after a vigilante.
Okay.
Ra's al Ghul can actually attack Batman on multiple fronts, because he knows who he is. He knows how to hurt him. He knows how to use his loved ones against him. Basically, he's kind of like the Green Goblin, in a sense, to what, you know, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, where, you know, Green Goblin used Spider-Man's secret identity and went after the people that Spidey cared about. Ra's al Ghul does the same thing. He goes after Batman's allies, his friends, because he knows how to hurt Batman in order to try to get him out of his way. So, I mean, he attacks Batman on that type of front. Whereas Joker could learn who Batman is, but he doesn't, because it'd be like a kid peeking at his Christmas present. He's going to be disappointed what's inside the box. So he doesn't do it. He easily could, though. And some incarnations of the Joker does know who Batman is.
It's like... Joker keeps messing with Batman, and in reality, Ra's is way stronger than the Joker.
I mean, Ra's has a vast network of ninjas, and he has money and technology, and...
It's just that Ra's doesn't always mess with Batman.
It depends.
The
Like,
Joker does.
there was a cooling off period between Ra's al Ghul and Batman after the death of Jason Todd, where technically Ra's blamed himself and then tried to return. I kind of like that. I like that better than, you know, Jason Todd was brought back because of a reality punch from Superboy Prime. That to me was always stupid. I love that Ra's feels like he had to, you know, play a role in it, because technically he hired the Joker to do something. Jason died on his during his crime caper. He tried to resurrect Jason Todd using the Lazarus Pit. It failed. It made Jason Todd broken, and because of that, he kind of left Batman alone for at least a decade. At least. Then, of course, he went back to his normal hijinks after Damian was in the picture, which adds another element. He is related to Batman as well, because technically through blood, because his son, the grandson of Ra's al Ghul, is the blood son of Batman. That makes Ra's al Ghul and Batman related, technically through blood. So that's another factor that can mess with Batman.
It's the ultimate... He's the ultimate foe because he's part of his family without him. That's why you should never get messed... Batman should have never gotten involved with a ninja girl who was part of a secret clan of ninja assassins. That's probably not the kind of... When people say this is not the kind of girl you should get involved with, that's why they're saying it. Don't get involved. Because you don't know what her dad could be like. I'm just saying, like...
It's kind of funny.
I kind of wish they kept going with Ra's in this universe, but he had to die in Batman, in Arkham.
Yeah, he felt like he was underplayed in Arkham. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff that you could have done with this sandbox. Should you've actually kept to, you know, all they had to do in order to fix their mistake, which they chose not to, is just say that this took place 20 years ago. But they had to stick to this idea that, no, it was 10 years ago. And it's like, but how is that possible? The Batman that you see in Arkham Asylum looks like he's pushing like 45. The Batman that you see in Arkham Knight looks like he's getting close to 50. He doesn't look like a young man anymore. So how does he go from being into his late, probably 20s here, into what we have in the later Arkham games? If they would have stuck to that, and, like, really been like, yeah, this took place 20 years ago in Gotham or whatever, they could have branched out and done so many different games, but they had to be like, no, it's like, this works because we're doing a New 52 thing, which nobody wanted them to do. Because the New 52 sucks in comparison to the original Batman canon. So, you know, if they would have kept going that route, we would have gotten a game where Batman meets Ra's al Ghul for the first time. The creation of Harvey Dent. There's so much that they could have played with, and Arkham fans would have ate well for so many years. because people would eat up like more prequel games like leading up to Arkham Asylum, and then you could. It wouldn't matter if Arkham Knight was the finale of the series, right? Because then you would have gotten to spend more time with a lot of these different characters if they just would have said that, you know, Asylum was 20 years later. Then you have almost 20 years of content that you can make, spanning so many different Batman stories that they could have made money. This is why I don't understand Warner Brothers at all. Like Warner Media, Warner Brothers Games, they had basically the keys to the city, and they just chose to be like, we got the awards, we did all this stuff, and we're just gonna sit on this. To me it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You could argue that maybe they were worried about oversaturation, but it's Batman. You can't oversaturate Batman unless you make a terrible product. And even though Arkham Origins is not as well loved as all the other Arkham games, it still has a place with Arkham fans. Like, the game was still really fun to play, and I'm sure the sequel would have been just as well received if it followed the same formula, because that's what the Arkham fans want. They're basically, it's like getting a new Assassin's Creed game. Yeah, people complain about, you know, all the similarities to Assassin's Creed in every game, but they still buy it every time they release it. This could have been, you know, Warner Brothers' Assassin's Creed franchise that we could have had, like, probably 6 games by now. It doesn't make any sense.
You guys are making a lot of good points in the chat, definitely. Yeah, definitely, Luke.
That's what I always thought it was going to be. I really thought our channel was going to be set. Honestly, like the 01 channel, that they were going to release a new Arkham-style game every 3 years. Boy, was I wrong.
It should have been like what Paul Dini said, 15 to 20 years, not 10 years, says John Doe.
Exactly, because when you do that, you put a limit on how long. They basically screwed themselves over. It's kind of WB Games' fault.
They could have kept going with the Arkham
They
stuff
could have kept going with it. Yep. But they were the ones.
Handed it off to somebody else to complete it.
Yep. They were the ones who put themselves in that handicap of like, well, I mean, we said it took place 9 years. It's like, how? And then they were like, or 5 years, and then they backtracked and they were like, no. Now it's 9 years before Arkham Asylum and all this other stuff. And it's just like,
you're right. The Batman says they could have made it where Talia and Roz met Bruce in Origins 2.
No, that's too many characters.
But I mean, they could have had the beginning of.
Oh yeah, in Origins 2, he said, not Origins.
In Origins 2.
T-O.
Yeah.
He was talking about 2 as in the number 2.
Yeah,
yes,
like
I agree.
2.
Yep.
Yeah, like after this, they could have met Talia because
Talia, Riddler, Two-Face. In fact, you could have had the big reveal. Like the third arc could have been Harvey becoming Two-Face. You don't even have to have the Joker. The Joker didn't even need to be in the picture of like. The problem was. I don't know if you know this or not, but Arkham Origins 2 had Joker as a primary villain again. He was going to play a big role into what happened with Robin and stuff like that. They were going to introduce like some crime element, but Joker still was going to be around. And that's the problem is they relied too much on the Joker.
Harvey is my favorite villain. Roz is the most powerful villain for me, but Harvey Dent is my favorite villain. Well, it's not so much my favorite villain. He's one of my favorite characters. I just believe in Harvey Dent.
Let's just think about one thing real quick. Think about the setup that this game had. Introduction of the Riddler, where we know, like, after you do all his Nigma packs, you see that he is transforming into the Riddler. He leaves a Riddler trophy in his room that you can't get into until you get all the little Easter eggs. Number 2, it introduced Anarchy, who could have played a bigger role in the prequel stuff because he's around the same age as a Robin. He could have been a Robin villain. You also had where you bumped into Lady Shiva, who tells you about her master. Who is her master? Her master is Ra's al Ghul. So he could have played a big role in Arkham Origins 2. This game had the perfect setup for more Arkham prequel games. At least like its own little trilogy. And then it ruined it by confining itself to a limited continuity. If they just would have been like, this was 20 years ago in Arkham, or whatever, or even 15 years, you could have had Arkham Origins 2, and you could have Arkham Origins 3. Their own little trilogy that would have been over by now. It would have been done.
We could have had Batman content for several other
That would have been
games.
6 Arkham games since its introduction in 2009.
And like, think of I mean, I know Ben Affleck was inspired by the Arkham games.
Ben Affleck was inspired by the Arkham games.
I
Yes, he
feel
was.
like the trailer to the new Batman movie is somewhat seems to be inspired by some of the Arkham combat.
Yep.
So it's like, look at how many people have been inspired by Arkham. Like, they could have kept going with the Arkham thing for so long. It was inspiring so many people. With Batman content.
This is what makes Marvel games now better, especially the Spider-Man games. This is what makes their universe better than the Batman games, because Marvel understands that because Spider-Man is such a rich character, they can continue to make games for him every 2 to 3 years, and people are going to flock to play it.
Yeah.
Whereas WB Games, I don't know what happened, but they had, again, the keys to the city, and they lost them. They had so many opportunities that they could have, but they stifled themselves with their own issue of being like, yeah, it was 5 years before Asylum, and then it was 9 years, and then someone told me they backtracked even further and said, no, it's 12 years before Asylum. But, you know, they ruined, because, okay, I'll tell you what this does. Now, if you try to make an Origin sequel game with it only being 5 to 9 years before Asylum, how do you introduce all these characters that have a long-standing hatred with Batman in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City? You can't, because there's not enough time to build up that hatred.
Yeah, how can they learn to hate him in like 1 year or something, or 3 years?
Exactly. Also, you know how old Nightwing is in Arkham City, right? He's going on like 26 or something, and they even say in City that he became Robin when he was like 12. So, how in the world, I'm sorry, 12 plus 5 does not equal 26.
Yeah, you're right.
So there are lots of little things that WB Games really screwed up.
Yeah. Actually, like...
And it's their own fault.
Thinking about my own life, not to be dark or anything, but there's some people that really, really made me angry. And after 5 years, I was very angry but ready to forgive. But after they started, like, basically hurting me, like, even 10 years more, then I was really, like, seething. So I'm just, like, thinking, like, with them, like, hating Batman, it had to have been more, like, if it was, like, 10 years, they would really want to get him after that. Mm-hmm. Like, it takes a while to really make hatred burn up.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, he's an annoying vigilante, but, he thwarted Joker's plan. Joker becomes obsessed with him in Origins because he saves him. Joker, which would have been a great thing to see, is when he was tossed into the vat of chemicals, because the reason why he hires assassins to kill Batman is he hates Batman, because Batman threw him in the vat of chemicals. Yeah. Which, if you go back and you watch his little origin that's in this game, you can see him talking to Harley Quinn about, what happened with him. And then when Batman saves him, it makes him overly obsessed with him because he can't understand the why. He literally was trying to kill Batman all night. He had this massive plan to destroy Gotham. He murdered tons of people, and yet Batman saved him from death. He can't understand the why. Yeah. And it drives him even crazier.
Yeah, Batman drives a lot of people crazy.
Like I said, they had a lot of potential. They stifled themselves by ruining their own sandbox because they could have done great things. They just chose not to. And no writer, if you gave Paul Dini and told him, hey, write an Arkham Origins thing, he'd be like, okay, well, what's the continuity about? Like, how does this connect to my later stories? And they'd be like, well, it's this. He'd be like, impossible, I can't do it. You haven't given me enough time and enough room to write it. That's why the New 52 failed, is because they tried to condense 60 years of Batman stories in the span of 10 years. And that's what inspired them to do Origins. Origins is a New 52 game. So that's why some people don't like it, too. It's the original Arkham games are pre-52. So the rich history of Batman content that it's an older, gruff Batman in his 40s. And then Arkham Origins was supposed to be a Batman in his 20s, where originally the idea was for them to have their own, like, little prequel trilogy. Like they do with Assassin's Creed. And then WB Games was the one who messed it up.
I know, it could have been like Assassin's Creed. Mm-hmm. And like literally people buy Assassin's Creed games whether they're good or not because it's part of the series.
Yup.
I know I do, because it's like, okay, this game is bad, but it's about history. I enjoy the series. I'm going to keep trying it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So getting back to the Spider-Man series, they're going to keep milking that franchise because Spider-Man makes them money, and they know that they have a market. There's probably not going to be another Crystal Dynamics Avengers game because that flopped. Like, the audience is dead. They only come back for the new DLC. It has no audience pull. Spider-Man, however, you had a ton of people, not as many from buying Marvel Spider-Man to getting the Miles Morales game, but the Miles Morales game kept people's appetite whet for the new Spider-Man game.
Yeah, like that's what you were telling me. It was like an in-between game.
Right. Arkham Origins was originally, at least how it was explained to me by somebody who worked at Warner Brothers, this was a game for in between the main games by Rocksteady. And then after the Rocksteady franchise ended, the plan was to continue the Origins franchise. Yeah. But then they decided, no, we're going to go into the future and do, you know, the Damian Wayne game. But there's no way for you to go into the Damian Wayne game because you never established Damian Wayne in the Arkham games. You also killed Talia.
Maybe... No, they did ruin it.
The only way you could have done it is if in a prequel series, they show Talia and Batman get together and that she has a baby, like, in the secret ending. Or, like, you know, the post-ending. It shows that she had a baby and Damian existed. You don't have to see anything more from Damian. And then, if you wanted to do the Damian Wayne game, you could have years later, because people would be like, the baby that Talia had that she didn't tell Batman about, that is the guy who's Batman now in this game. It's really not hard for them to go and do this stuff, and then they just keep botching it. As a fan, it's just frustrating to see because they had so much potential to still be around, and for 7 long years, they've kept people starving. And guess what? Most of the Arkham community, they've gone over to Spider-Man. They've gone over to Avengers. They've gone over to other games. The community is divided. They're not all going to come back for Gotham Knights because there's still people that wanted more of the Arkham gameplay that we know and love. It's basically going to be like a whole new thing that everybody's going to have to learn, you know? Just like when we went from the Batman Vengeance and Batman Begins games to the Arkham style of gameplay.
The only way you could fix it is if you do what they did with the Ghostbusters trilogy, where they just pretended that the 2016 one didn't exist. Like, they just pretend Arkham Origins didn't exist.
The problem is Arkham Knights had such a compelling ending. It's very hard without, like...
Oh, right. Yeah, you'd have to pretend a lot of them didn't exist.
Yeah, it's very hard with how things ended with Arkham Knight, which I have a feeling they're going to retcon, or at least they're going to do the thing, because I was told by people at Rocksteady, who don't work there anymore, so they can say this, but some former Rocksteady people told me that my analysis video was actually canon. Like the thing where Batman faked his death. They took that from Christopher Nolan's thing. They said they left a lot of clues for people, but they said basically my video essay that was like 4 or 5 million views, I forget. They said that's correct. That's what the mindset was. Because
it's like when you watch those old black and white shows, nobody else has watched them, but I have. And then at the very end of the season, like, you see, like, the villain, and there's a pile of bricks on him, and his hand is sticking up, and then the lady's like, thank goodness, we're safe. He'll never hurt us again. And you see his hand shaking, and he's, like, under the bricks. And you know, his hand is still there, you know he's gonna come back.
Right.
Because it's like, it appears that he's dead, but in reality, you know he's gonna come back.
The problem that they said... Like, and this was, you know, over years talking because, you know, they never thought there'd be another Batman game like what they did. This was before Gotham Knights was announced. They said stuff like, the problem with it, though, is since Batman becomes, like, this vengeful figure that has no ties to the Bat family, you can't really make a Bat family game. You can't make a continuation for Batman because the character of Batman doesn't exist anymore, nor does Bruce Wayne, because to the rest of the world, just like in the Nolan universe, Batman is dead and gone, and Bruce Wayne is gone too. So you can't have a Bruce Wayne Batman story interacting with his remaining rogues because he's not that type of Batman anymore. There were so many hints in Arkham Knight where he has to become a more vengeful, you know, even deadly figure in order to keep Gotham safe and his family safe and detach himself from his human shackles, in a sense.
Maybe if he got Doctor Strange to make a spell where everyone forgot he was Batman.
You mean Dr. Fate? Fate would never do that.
No, I was just joking.
Oh, I see.
Doctor Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, the premise of No Way Home.
It's like, it's like, oh wait, it's causing trouble for my family. Maybe if I got a wizard to do a spell for me. But you know how I would do it, and it's just me. But I'd have Gotham Knights make it amazing, Then have Gotham Knights 2 make it also amazing. At the end of Gotham Knights 2, Nightwing gets a phone call from Batman, and it's like, wait, what? Who is this? It's... and it's Batman, and he's coming back, and he becomes part of the Bat family again, and then they just, like, put it back together.
I mean, Bruce Wayne is most likely a Talon in this, like, abducted, like, because the Court of Owls are playing a big role. Everybody is saying that the ending of the game is going to be, like, probably Nightwing becoming the next Batman. Like, most likely they're going to do a battle for the cowl, but it's not really going to be a battle for the cowl. It's going to be more like Dick is going to come to realize that Gotham needs a Batman. Like, the sidekick heroes are going to step up. They're going to do the best they can, but they're not powerful enough as a figure to intimidate, like, Gotham.
So, like, at the end of Gotham Knights, Nightwing should put on the cowl.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. It'll be Nightwing or Jason.
Ugh.
Most likely.
Not Jason, please.
It's happened.
Ugh.
Most likely. I mean, because think about it. Like, this is what the reason people have always said, like, well, I don't understand why Nightwing even became Batman when Batman died. It's because he had to come to the realization that Nightwing, yes, is a very important figure, but as a symbol, he's not as powerful nor as terrifying as the motif of Batman. So that's why in the Batman Reborn books, which were amazing, by Grant Morrison, where, you know, Dick Grayson became Batman, the reason why he did it, even though he became his version of Batman, is because Gotham was literally tearing itself apart over the prospect of Batman being gone. And the sidekicks in the Bat family, which were numerous compared to the Gotham Knights game, they couldn't keep the city from falling apart. Because Batman, like it or not, kept the city in check and kept the villains afraid.
Yeah.
Nightwing and Colorful Robin and Batgirl and all these other characters, they're not going to do it. So it would make sense if, you know, they're trying to do more Batman games. They're going to have to establish a new Batman in these video games.
Happy-go-lucky Batman and his weird, angry, like, tiny assassin sidekick who's angry.
In fact, some of the material that they're working with from Scott Snyder and DC that they're incorporating into the story is some of the Batman Reborn storylines. So that really leads me to believe that the ending of the game is Dick Grayson is going to take over for Bruce Wayne. Either Bruce Wayne is completely dead, or he's
away,
or he's done. Like, he's seen what happens when the sidekicks step up and, you know, save him from the Court of Owls, or maybe he's dead and he's like a zombie owl. I don't know. I think it would be very risky for them to completely kill him off, like with a brand new Batman movie. To have him be gone for most of the arc makes sense. Kind of like Henry Cavill was missing in both the Snyder Cut and Justice League, and then he showed up.
It's cool that they can do another version of Batman with Dick Grayson, like, even think about it. Because, like, in the movies, I feel like when they tried to do another version of Superman, when Zack Snyder tried to do the Superman with the black suit, Spider-Man, they didn't go for it. But that would have been really cool to see in the movie, but they didn't go for it. But that would totally work in a game. Yeah,
I'm not saying that the Gotham Knights game is going to fail. I actually think the Gotham Knights game is going to do really well. But it's not the Arkham games that people have wanted. It's a completely new type of like gameplay mechanic. But the reason why I say it's going to succeed is because just like with Arkham Asylum, which, yeah, I had my issues with Arkham Asylum when it first came out in 2009. The storyline, the characters, the voice acting, the music, all of this is going to play a huge role into making the game very big. And just like Arkham Asylum was penned by Paul Dini, like, the creator of the Court of Owls is the leading consultant on the Gotham Knights game. And they're encompassing most of his storylines that he wrote while at DC Comics. So the story, as long as they don't, you know, screw it up, would actually get people very interested in this world where Batman has potentially fallen and the Court of Owls is, you know, coming out to play. And since he's like the leading consultant, then he kind of is like the Dini figure for this video game franchise, assuming it becomes a franchise. So as long as they don't change the storyline and like basically do a lot of the stuff that people don't want in DC Comics, like what they did to Tim Drake recently, people are saying that it's possible because of some of the changes to Tim Drake, they're changing some of the side missions for Gotham Knights, which is partially why it was delayed, and some other things. Because
Well-
Stephanie was supposed to be in the game before, but now it might be Bernard.
Oh,
Which-
I was gonna say like oh, okay, because I was gonna say I hope Barbara isn't dating Tim.
No, Barbara
Because
Barbara
she's
and
like 10 years older than him.
no. Barbara and Dick have history in this universe.
Okay, all right.
In fact, they're using some storylines where Barbara and Dick were an item, so it's possible. At least from the trailers, it looks like they're kind of close. So who knows?
They deleted Stephanie in the comics, and then in the Arkham verse, they decided to make Tim date
Barbara.
Barbara
Yeah.
and delete Stephanie again.
Yep. Not only did they delete
Poor
Stephanie,
Tim.
but they also deleted.
Poor Stephanie.
Because did you know that Dini actually had Barbara and Tim set up in his in his books?
It's so wrong.
Or no, sorry, he had Barbara and Dick set up in.
Oh, okay, good.
Which they later said was uncanon. So they
It's-
made Dini's work, which Dini was the
No.
creator of the storyline for the Arkham games.
No.
They made his stuff uncanon.
Even though he's the one who created it. Wow.
Right.
That's so
yeah.
weird.
So if you actually go back and you read the stuff that Dini wrote for the comics, technically, Arkham Asylum through the Arkham City stuff that he wrote, it's canon, but it doesn't match up with Arkham Knight because he had a different direction than Arkham Knight.
The reason why it's so wrong is like Tim Drake is so much younger than Barbara, and also
It was weird.
she dated his brother.
Nigma hired you to
It
collect
is so
information.
weird.
Where is it?
It's creepy.
Take it easy, man.
Take it easy, guy.
I ain't got no reason to hold out on you. Enigma ain't paid me yet.
Ba, 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 ba.
Was Steph supposed to be in the game, says Blackwing?
She was rumored to be in it, but she might have been written out because of changes to Tim's character. We'll find out, but she was supposedly gonna be a side mission or something.
Thank you for becoming a member, Blue Groove. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And you have a lot of awesome opinions here in the chat. People giving their cool opinion here. It's almost too many for me to even read.
Oh yeah.
Had the chat going crazy talking about this.
Oh, that's
so.
okay.
Very cool. I guess when Luke and I get on the topic, we get on the topic.
I mean, I'm gonna do more videos this year talking about different things I know about Gotham Knights because, I saved talking about it last year because it was kind of depressing to think that we weren't gonna get to play the game this year. So now, theory videos and all this other stuff, the sky's the limit because supposedly it's coming out by the summer. Supposedly.
Yeah.
But I won't believe that till I actually hear a release date. There's still no release date. Nothing.
I mean, I think Gotham Knights, if you compare it to Batman games all the time, then you'll be disappointed because it won't be a Batman game. It's gonna be 4 young people that work together, kind of sidekicks, and they're not obviously as good at fighting crime as Batman, but they're gonna try to work together to fight crime.
Sidekicks and 1 solo hero. So Nightwing is established in Bloodhaven, and he comes back after Batman is presumed dead, and then he tries to lead the group. So yeah. And Jason Todd is estranged from the family. They don't tell you why, but that's why people are like, "Oh, look, Jason's estranged, so that means this takes place after Arkham Knight." It's like, no. This is a different universe. This is going to be borrowing elements from the pre-52 comics, the new 52, and DC Rebirth.
I think that Jason could be estranged at any time because Jason has always been a character that people seem to not like, so it feels like at any time at all he could have been estranged for any reason for saying something stupid to anyone. I really think there could be any it doesn't have to take place at any particular time. Everyone has that family member that's just always kind of mean, and I feel like Jason Todd is always kind of I mean, obviously people voted for him to die, so there must have been some reason people just didn't like him. I don't know. Thank you for the super chat, Pokewood. Says, spoiler was going to be in the game, says Pokewood, so spoiler was going to be in the game?
Stephanie, not spoiler.
So...
Stephanie, Tim Drake's girlfriend.
That's her name, spoiler.
That's her name, but I don't know if she was going to appear as DLC. She was going to be like a little...
We didn't know if her name... Oh, so I don't know if it was just going to be Stephanie or if she was going to have the superhero name, spoiler, we didn't know.
We don't know if they're going to add other DLC characters, but she was supposed to be like a side mission at one point.
They're going to possibly rewrite it so that Stephanie doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's Bernard. Which is funny because you know that... I mean, I don't want to get into this, but... continues to get into it. the person who did that kind of stuff to Tim is kind of leaving the Batman books. Like, and a new writer is getting a hold of, like, Batman and Tim Drake stories next year. And the plan already is to retcon, well, not retcon, but bring the broken relationship of Stephanie and Tim back because it sells books. This new stunt did not work the way that they thought it was going to.
I thought you said that, like,
basically, these people, when they're near the end of their run for characters, they change them, and then they leave, and they say, see ya. And then a new writer has to come in and be like, am I going to continue what they did, or am I going to go back to what worked? So...
Yeah. Well, the thing with Tim Drake and Stephanie is that...
well, the breakup was very stupid. The
thing with Tim Drake and Stephanie is that one thing that Luke always used to say, like, when I was like, oh, so you think we're like Babs and Nightwing? And Luke would always be like, no. He's like, we're more like Tim and Stephanie.
Not anymore!
Because Tim and Stephanie was never like, will they, won't they? It was never like, oh, I'm in a wheelchair so I can't be with you. It was never like, oh, I'm dating Starfire on the side. It was like, Tim and Stephanie were always together. Like, they knew they were going to be together. They were always together. They were very sweet. They were very loyal. They didn't have relationship problems.
They complemented each other very well.
They did not have relationship issues the way that Barbara and Nightwing had relationship problems. Barbara and Nightwing are like, they're like, it's like Ross and Rachel. Like, it's just like,
they're Ross and Rachel.
They just have so many problems. Like, their relationship is just, you have no clue what's happening.
It works when they actually put effort into it, but if they both like just kind of are like, nah.
Whereas Tim and Stephanie, you just knew they were going to be like that couple that's together for 75 years and grow old together.
Well,
like,
until somebody came in and ruined it, but yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, before they just, destroyed it or they changed it, you always knew Tim and Stephanie were meant for each other. They were always going to be together. So that's kind of why I feel like it's I think that's the worst part of it. If they broke up Nightwing and Babs like that, I mean... people would be like, oh, well, I mean, they always have problems. So
no,
whatever.
there would be a riot.
I mean, but it's just like, it really does kind of hurt people that were super Tim and Stephanie fans because, like, Luke and I, like, Luke always thought of him, like, him and me kind of like Tim and Stephanie because he just thought, they were just worked really well together and there were no problems because, like, Luke and I almost broke up one time, but we never did. So, like, since we started dating, we never broke up.
Well, you should never base your relationship or your
on a
anything
comic book character.
Comic books and
but I'm
media
just saying,
and stuff.
No,
I know.
We're just trying to make an illustration here that
that's a good illustration.
That they were very, they were just really good role models for a couple that was all you just kind of knew they were always going to be together. So it was very sweet. So it's very shocking that they would just kind of like break everything up and. Kind of like a race. I don't know if Stephanie still exists in that world.
Yeah, she does. She's mending a broken heart. And, I mean, she's hanging out. She has a big role in the current Batgirl books.
Yeah.
Where basically Barbara's kind of teaching them how to be Batgirl. Because she's basically taken a different role.
That's right, Blackwing. Dick and Babs were on a break.
Dick and Babs are Ross and Rachel. Break. They are, though. That's a great analysis, actually.
Yeah, because they were, I mean... Which, I didn't like that. In the animated series, they weren't like that.
Oh, it's open on the side. It looks like it's closed, but it's open. Woohoo!
Also differences between Stephanie and Babs. It felt like Stephanie had more of a sense of humor, was more fun. Babs was always super serious.
Well, I mean, Babs had something horrible happen to her. It took her relationship with Nightwing for her to, open up and be kind of nice again. Because, I mean, she did have something horrible happen to her.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's why people really like Stephanie. She's much more lighthearted.
Stephanie also had something horrible happen to her. She was tortured by Black Mask, presumed dead. And then Robin, immediately welcomed her back with open arms. He wasn't mad at her for faking her death. The first thing that he does when he sees her again, which was sweet, because you were thinking, oh my gosh, now that's going to be superhero drama, when a character dies and the other character's mad at them for lying. Tim sees Stephanie, and she, looks at him, then she runs into his arms, and they just, they embrace. No time between them has been gone. He's not mad at her, he missed her, and then, yeah, it was a sweet moment. That was handled really, really well.
Blackwing says Tim gave her a big smooch when he saw her again.
Yep.
Very cute.
Yep, he could have done the superhero drama, but nope. It was like he thought she was dead. Because, I mean, what Black Mask did, that is still horrible that they did that to Stephanie. I hated that, that they did that. And she wasn't even Robin that long, so it was horrible that they did that. The War Games. It also showed, the reason why they did that is, you know why they did that? Is they were trying to cement Black Mask as like this really evil, vile guy. So they had him basically kill Robin. Which Joker goes crazy because he was like, I wanted to kill Stephanie because she was the sweetest Robin ever be. There's never been a female Robin, and you've taken this from me. You know?
It's kind of disturbing.
It is disturbing.
I hope Stephanie Brown gets put in Gotham Knights, says JX.
I hope so too. But, I mean, it was just going to be kind of like a little side role. Like, apparently. Just like, there's going to be a lot of different characters that the Gotham Knights interact with that you'll know from their specific books. But now, because of how things are changing in DC Comics, it's possible that they had to completely get rid of Stephanie.
Yeah, and I did see the comment, somebody that bothered me as well, says thinking atheist. I wish they would have given Tom Hardy a Spanish accent for Bane. Yeah,
we agree.
I agree. Somebody in the chat said that Bane was supposed to be part Caribbean and part something else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it especially like it was cool for me to. I mean, I'm just weird, but my dad. No, I probably said this so many times. My dad actually, his first language. His first language was Spanish. He grew up as a little kid in Venezuela. So, you know, back down in Venezuela, there are luchadors everywhere. You know, they go out, like my dad would see luchadors, you know, hanging out in big cities and stuff. They would wear their mask, you know, when they go out to eat and stuff like this and go out for drinks or whatever. They would never unmask. They were kind of like superheroes. They would never unmask in public. They would only unmask when they get home. So, like, the luchador thing was, like, a real thing for my dad, and to see, like, Bane as, like, you know, like, I always thought he was from Central or South America, but maybe the Caribbean, but as a Hispanic, like, villain, and, you know, he's this really cool luchador thing, I really got that.
That was a great redesign that they did in the animated series for Bane. It made a lot of sense.
I really thought it was so cool because I knew what a luchador was, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're like the biggest celebrities ever. It would basically be like a WWE wrestler here, you know, hanging out with Hulk Hogan or The Rock or somebody huge personality, you know, that they're just huge down there. Like, I've actually seen pictures of luchadors and like they're surrounded by huge posses of people, like just taking pictures. They're huge celebrities, like they're just so huge.
You said huge several
I know,
times.
but they're not only huge, like as in they're popular, but they're also huge, like they're big.
Yeah.
So like it completely makes sense, like with Bane being big and like I don't know, it just made him really cool. Like I don't know why, but yeah, it's weird when they took away his Spanish accent and like everything. I just like the animated series version of Bane so much better. He's just so cool. Like, you know, because even like where he was kind of, I thought it was, I'm kind of weird, but the way that he was talking to that one lady and he was kind of manipulating that one lady who was married to this other guy. And then like he was kind of getting her to be on his side instead of her own husband's side.
She's not Rupert Thorne's wife.
Oh,
she was his girlfriend.
All right. Well, anyway.
Lady.
I just thought it was interesting because the pictures I did see of luchadors, like, from down there, they did have women all over them, like, hanging out with them all the time. So it would be like a K-pop star, like, women would just be, like, fainting all over. So it'd be like...
Easy.
So it'd be like, yeah, it'd be like, so it would be really easy for him to manipulate, like, any, you know, any lady he wanted to in reality, like Bane would, I mean, I would think. So I think it was really cool, like, you know, he's like, you know, he's just very cool, suave, sophisticated, and Bane, not only has he got the muscles, but he's also got, like, as you used to tell me, Bane, you know, he's the only one to be able to figure out where, well, for a long time he was the only one to be able to figure out who Batman was, I thought. And he came to his house and he broke his back and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not only broad, but he's really smart too.
Very dangerous guy, yeah,
So, yeah. I always would love to see them do a really good Bane, like, on the you know, on the screen, or, you know, live action Bane, but they never can. I don't think there's anybody big enough who could play. I just don't think you could make. I just don't think.
Sure you could.
You'd have to find. Well, yeah, no, there are a lot of big Spanish guys, so I mean, you could find. I just can't think of any American actor who could play Bane, but maybe if you know, had a, you know, found someone from another country who could play him, because it's just, you know, it'd be hard to find somebody with that kind of presence that could play Bane. That's all I'm saying. It's easy to draw him, but to have that kind of presence in real life, you'd have to have the Rock that speaks Spanish, basically, and that'd be Bane.
Well, the Rock is Black Adam, so he
Yeah,
wouldn't work.
he can't be
He would have
Bane.
made a great Bane, though.
Yeah, he could have made a good
Oh
Bane.
my gosh, yeah,
he could have made such a good Bane. Like, that is exactly the kind of person that would be Bane. Yeah, exactly. Dave Bautista says Batman. Yeah?
Dave Bautista wants to play Bane.
Oh my gosh.
The guy who played Drax.
He could do such a great job, I think.
But people say that he's not of
Well,
the descent of Bane.
I
That's the
mean,
problem people paint themselves
does it
in now,
really
though.
matter though? Like, if he can play the part of it. I mean, okay, here we go. The Rock is an Egyptian. He's Hawaiian, and he's playing Black Adam.
What I don't understand.
Black Adam is an Egyptian
Yeah.
villain. So there you go. Dave Bautista could pass for. I mean, it's just a movie, people. It's not like you don't have to have the exact right.
If they can change Batgirl from a traditional ginger to having an African American actress play Batgirl, why can't they have a guy who's not, you know, of the same descent, nationality as Bane, play Bane? What's the difference? See, it should swing both ways.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're like, we're gonna change. Exactly, we're gonna change the nationality of Batgirl, but we can't have Dave Bautista play Bane.
Yeah, see, that type of argument with me, it doesn't work. It's like, but doesn't that make you a hypocrite? Because you changed an established character like Batgirl, but if people say, oh, no, you can't say that because Batgirl was made this way because of the times, it's like, I don't think so.
Why is there a difference in why? Like,
yeah. See, that's why their argument falls apart, though.
Here's what I think. You know, Greece and Spain are pretty close together, so
yeah,
there you go. Like, they're both Mediterranean. I mean,
and why couldn't he like just have a Spanish accent? Like, I'm sure that he could. Dave could make one.
Exactly.
Why does it matter? Like, there are actors and actresses who like do different accents for different roles. Why would that be a problem? I'm just saying.
Thank you for the super chat, Alex in Cosplay says, because they're hypocrites.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly, Alex.
Of course. Like, I've actually heard that Dave, like the guy who plays Drax, has been talking to Warner Brothers for some time, asking them to play Bane in a Batman movie, and they keep telling him no.
Oh my gosh, we should, like, start a Twitter thing.
He's kind of done with it. Like, he's going to be in some type of DC movie that... You have to remember, James Gunn isn't done. James Gunn is going to be doing more, DC movies. Like, Suicide Squad was his entry into the DC universe. He wants to do more DC movies, so we'll see what he ends up doing. But he loves working with a lot of his like stars from different movies, so it wouldn't surprise me that some of them would show up in other movies that he does for DC. Because people are like, oh, he's done. The Suicide Squad didn't do well. It's like, no, he's going to be back doing more DC movies. He's not going away. That's silly to think that. He's already expressed interest in doing a lot of DC films. So we'll see where it goes with there, you know? I don't really care either way, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean... Yeah, like, some people were saying different Spanish actors, like, Antonio Banderas and stuff, but the only problem is they're old and they also
you realize
they're not big enough.
No, Bane is a very big, imposing character. I wouldn't want someone like Antonio Banderas, who, you know...
He makes a great Zorro.
Oh, he made a wonderful Zorro. But he's getting up there in years. I wouldn't want to be like, okay, Bane is like 300 pounds. Antonio Banderas, you have like a year to get as big as Bane. I mean, think what that would do to your heart or something like that. If you're not generally like this really big guy, I wouldn't want any actor, method actor or anything to put on that much weight for a role. Because that is not good for your body.
Yeah.
It would be horrible if something happened to Antonio Banderas. Man is like amazing. One of my favorite actors. I wouldn't want to. I would love him to be Bane, like if it was like so many years ago. But I mean, the dude's pushing. He's got to be close to 50 or 60 now.
And yeah, Batman is saying, yeah, Batista was a wrestler. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. He already has the build for it. He only needs to put on like to play Bane. Probably only needs to add like maybe another like 60 or 70 pounds, and like another maybe like 20 pounds of muscle. He'd be fine. He could easily do that in a year. Or 6 months or whatever. But Warner Brothers won't let him. That's why everybody has to kind of ignore where Warner Brothers is right now, because they're changing to Warner Discovery in like 4 months. It's going to be all new management, all kinds of stuff. So maybe, you know, we'll save our fan campaigns when Discovery can actually do something. They're not in power right now.
I mean, there's some people saying like, oh, Dave Bautista's getting old, but I mean, he'd probably be the closest. I mean, there's not too many people that could be big enough to even be Bane. I mean, he played Drax.
He played Drax, yeah. He's going to play Drax
not too long
again.
Ago.
But Antonio Banderas is not the same weight classes.
Yeah. Thanks for the super chat, Alex in Cosplay. Says, it's okay for them to be prejudiced, but no one else, which is nonsense. So no one has that right to be or race wash their double standard. Yeah, in a way, you're right, Alex. Exactly. They're very, yeah, exactly. It is a double standard. I agree, Alex, in Cosplay. They, you know, they tell us, like, you know, they try to tell comic book fans, like, oh, if you're not okay with us, you know, swapping the you know, the ethnicity of this person, then they call other people
names,
or prejudice. But in reality, it's not really that at all. People are just like, oh wait, this doesn't go to the character, and they're like, you better accept this, push it down your throat, like,
yeah.
Even though
for a character that's traditionally known as a certain way, if you bring up something else, they're like, no, you can't do that. It's only if they're white they can be changed.
But then. Exactly, but then when it's a situation like this, when everyone's like, yes, let's have Bane, Dave Bautista.
Dave wants to play the role.
So, I have a question. Why was it okay for Bane to be played by, like, a Scottish person with a Scottish accent, but it can't be played by Dave Bautista? That's what I'm wondering.
It's because those weirdos didn't exist yet. They didn't have a voice. Twitter wasn't really a thing back when The Dark Knight and stuff was in production.
Yeah.
That's the real reason. Like, social media has a lot of power that it didn't. And the world was much better without it. Personally, like, I mean, there's very few good that I can think of actually that happened because of social media. If I'm being completely honest.
Alex says, "Forget Twitter. Let's cancel Twitter."
That would be wonderful. I think that we as a people would heal a lot faster without Twitter. Twitter unfortunately gives people a voice that don't need to have a voice.
Well, that's the thing, like...
And it echoes their voice with other like-minded people, or people that think the same as them, and then it gets even further out of control.
That's the thing, though, like, it never ends. It's like, okay, let me explain, like, what I'm saying, like, it never ends. Like, because, you know, they had the Batgirl... You know, and she was like, oh, we're gonna have Batgirl be, I don't know, Brazilian or whatever. So everyone's like, okay, well, that's not what I'm used to, because I thought Batgirl was, like, of Celtic descent because she had red hair, but, okay, she's gonna dye her hair red. Okay, I guess this is fine. So, but then after that, it wasn't good enough, so then Batgirl's like, oh yeah, Batman's not gonna be in my movie. And then after that, it was kind of like, oh yeah, well, Batman's now gonna be, you know, like, 90 years old and he's gonna go fetching me coffee or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I thought you said there was a leak where Batman he was gonna play second fiddle to
he's gonna play
Supergirl, not Batgirl or whatever.
Well, no, he's passing, according to the leaks, Keaton will be passing over the torch of Batman to Batgirl.
But I'm just saying, like, a lot of times, like, you try to appease the Twitter people or the...
You can't.
or the woke people, and then they're never... It's never good enough because they'll just keep pushing it more and more and more.
If you give a mouse some cheese,
it'll be like, okay, well now I got what I wanted. Okay, I also want to make sure there are no, like, I don't want any, you know, like, of this in my movie. I don't want any, you know, I want to make sure that all the, you know, all the guys supervillains are now going to be women or whatever. Like, you just keep changing it over and over again to the point where you have no idea what's going on anymore because you can't even say anything because people will accuse you of...
Oh my gosh!
It's kind of like saying, like, okay, all the supervillains are going to be cats. Okay, I don't know how that's going to work because that's not in the comics. And then they go, what's wrong? You hate cats? Now I'm going to do a campaign that says you hate cats. It's like, no, I didn't say I hate cats. I'm just trying to have an open and honest discussion here. Let's decide if all the supervillains are now going to be cats or not. Let's just talk about this like people. And they're like, no, you hate cats and you're canceled. So that's kind of
cat
like,
hater.
That's kind of like how their thing goes. Like, it's like you can't even question. You can't even question it. You cannot even be like, well, is this comic book accurate? You hate cats. It's like, okay, all right. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Luke Batman says,
why can't I do this?
I'm really excited for the Batman, except for Bruce's parents being corrupt. Thank you, Luke Batman.
Why did it say I had an upgrade available, but I don't have an upgrade available? Can we do like one more stream of this? Because I'm having a lot of fun collecting these data packs. I kind of want to... I've never collected all the Riddler data packs. Ever. I've never done it.
Blackwing says, that's why I always keep my mouth shut. Aw. You're very sweet, Blackwing. You guys always have awesome stuff to say. You guys don't need to worry. And we're using logic against them. So all cats are evil then? Says Chad.
Yeah.
That actress who's playing Batgirl probably validates. I learned don't need other people to validate you. Validate yourself. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't. That's my whole thing, though. Like, exactly, Alex.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt though, because she said some pretty interesting things about the Batgirl character. Like unless she was just like trying to appease, like, you know, people from boycotting her movie. But she was the one who brought up that, is Batgirl going to have red hair? And they're like, yeah, she's going to have red hair. Is she going to act like how she does in the comics? Which Batgirl in the comics is not a Batwoman character. She's a fun character that is very upbeat and, you know, very opposite of Batman. And that's why she works so well with Nightwing and some other characters. It's because she's more akin to that style. She's not a character that's known for tragedy and other things, you know? So when she said certain things like that, I felt better. If they said that she wasn't going to have red hair and that they were going to do their own spin on Barbara Gordon, they want to do, you know, they want to incorporate stories from Batgirl that people know for Barbara Gordon. They want to use Barbara Gordon's personality, and that's actually what they should be doing. Yeah. There should be no issue with that. And the fact that they had that mentality, that's great. Now I just need to hear them say that they're not going to cheapen Keaton, because I want a No Way Home experience, seeing a character we haven't seen in 30 years. I don't want him to be belittled by the next generation, because he doesn't need to be. You know, it's Batman from the 80s, who is a very imposing, terrifying figure, and to basically treat him like a bumbling old man would be tragic. That would ruin the Batgirl movie more than anything else.
People are very worried about that.
Oh, and rightly so. I mean, some of the people who are writing the movie have called it, like, Keaton is basically like the Last Jedi. Yeah, interpretation of the character, which they think people love so much. No. No, 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 no.
No.
Nope, we don't want Jake Skywalker. We want Keaton. We want Keaton kicking butt, taking names, and acting like his paranoid Batman who makes bat turns. Because he can't move his neck. He sleeps upside down, and he's pretty lethal. You know?
Yeah, he does sleep upside down sometimes.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest things that Mike ever did with the role. Is he was like, you know what? I got this ad-lib thing I want to do. And Vicky's going to stay over, and she's going to see me sleeping. And, you know, Tim's like, oh, okay. And he's like, no, no, no. He says, I'm going to be sleeping upside down. And Tim's just kind of like, and then Keaton's like, yeah, another quirk of my character, you know, because he's a bat.
Luke, See, this is why, after watching Batman 1989, I'm sorry, but why can't I remember her name? The Catwoman movie.
Batman Returns?
No, what's the Catwoman movie? The Catwoman... Halle Berry's Catwoman movie. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of similarities between Halle Berry's Catwoman and Michael Keaton's Batman because they both act like the animal that they are.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, Halle Berry eats tuna fish on her bed and then, like, jumps around like a cat. And then, like, when she's with her friend, like, there's a dog that comes by and she hisses at it and her friend's like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But it's like, Batman is the same. I'm sorry, but he's doing the exact same thing.
Did you know that with the second movie, they didn't allow him to do any more of that crazy stuff? They were going for more of this distant Bruce Wayne that, you know, had just gotten out of a serious relationship with Vicky Vale. So he's kind of acting a little bit more normal. Go back and you watch, like, Bruce Wayne's mannerisms in the second movie compared to the first one.
Yeah.
Most of his crazy stuff is gone. He doesn't go around to people and go, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. He's not over ad-libbing stuff. I would much rather see, like, a Batman Returns portrayal of Keaton in the Flash movie than I would 89 Batman. Because I think 89 Batman is a bit too intense for today's world.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's why when I was watching the Halle Berry movie of Catwoman, I was like, okay, this is actually kind of like Keaton Batman, so this isn't actually too far off.
Do you want to know what would be funny, though?
Like, what?
Like, we'll say the Flash is, like, hanging out in the kitchen, and Batman comes upstairs, like Keaton, and he's like, hey, Barry. And Barry's like, what? You want some nuts? You want to get nuts? And Barry's like, what? And he's like, here, have some nuts. And he gives him, like, a jar of nuts. That way they mention what it was, but they change it a little bit. They change the meme so that it's, you know.
Yeah, if he does some of his lines.
Yeah, if he does some of his lines, I think that'd be funny. That type of Keaton humor would be hilarious. But, you know, belittling him and disrespecting the character, if that's the route they're going, would not be funny. Not be funny. Because it's gonna kill your movie.
See, but that's why you said, like, you liked that. I did like a lot of aspects of the Halle Berry Catwoman because she was no different than a lot of, no offense, but look at Spider-Man. He's like kind of like a spider in real life. Like, there's a lot of characters that kind of act like the animal they are. Like, they have weird things. Like, Spider-Man crawls up the wall. Like, Catwoman runs around like a cat. It's kind of the same thing. But I'm just saying. But I just feel like there's a fine line between adding something to make your character a little crazy and then you go way too far. Like, yeah, the hissing. Yeah, exactly, Blackwing. The hissing at the dogs.
The hissing at the dogs was weird. Yeah.
It was like her friend was like, you are nuts.
Okay, guys, I'm just letting you know, little change of plans. I'm having way too much fun with Arkham Origins to end it. So, the stream series is going to be going for a few more days. I want to collect all the Nigma trophies that are outside. And I can't do that in one stream. So I'd like to hold off starting any new stream series until I'm kind of amazed how much fun I'm just having hanging out with you guys, talking Batman stuff, and just collecting these Nigma things. So if you're cool with it, I'd like to do another stream like this.
Alex says, have you ever played, Alex Higginson says, have you ever played the Catwoman game on this channel?
We have not, but we have it.
But I really kind of want to, but Luke told me the game got a 3 out of 10, but...
We have it.
After seeing the movie, I was like, I kind of want to play this game.
Such a bad game.
I know, but
I don't even want people to know we have that game.
But like, I have to say, if I got cat powers like Halle Berry, I have to say it was kind of cool. Like,
it was kind of cool.
It was kind of cool if you really think about it. Despite if you take away the weird stuff like the eating tuna, if I had to decide if I got cat powers like Halle Berry, where I would eat tuna, I would randomly go out at night and not even remember stealing jewelry, and I would hiss at dogs and stuff, but I would have awesome cat powers. I don't know. I think I might take those cat powers. It might be cool. Like, you know, it's kind of crazy but kind of cool at the same time. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I could do it. Do it, Luke, says John Doe.
No!
Maybe I could do it on my channel or sometime. Maybe I could do it for my birthday.
An ultimate would have to make me do it.
You said I could play whatever I wanted on my birthday.
Carlos said you could play whatever you wanted on your birthday.
Yeah. Maybe I could do one stream of it.
Oh gosh.
Thanks for the highlighted message, John Doe. It says, what are your thoughts on the Gotham Knights TV show that's being in development on the CW? I don't know.
It's gonna be bad.
Hey, everyone is saying do it. You mentioned the game. Now you must play it, says Chad. Now you have to play it.
Not how it works.
Remember, it was not Selena Kyle. Oh, yeah, she was a different Catwoman.
Yeah, she's a different
She
Catwoman.
was Catwoman.
She was Catwoman. She's just different.
We did play Marvel's Spider-Man PS4 on this channel,
Yeah,
Thinking Atheist. We did.
Yep.
The stream has been fun, says Astro Squirrel. You guys made a lot of really great points about a lot of things that I meant to read all your comments to Luke, but didn't even get a chance to because Luke was just talking, and I was talking. So I'm sorry. Maybe we'll go through. I'm probably gonna go through the. You know, I think the chat replay will still be up, and it would be very interesting to look at all your comments because they were very cool.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing another Nigma stream tomorrow. So
would you ever do the Catwoman stream if it was an Ultimate stream? I mean,
yes.
We wouldn't have a choice, Sora Cloud. So yeah.
But I'm not doing it without it because it's painful. The game is so bad.
Amber, even though you and Luke don't really go on the Discord, I'm gonna put my thoughts on Gotham Knights on the Discord.
Sure.
Okay, sure, it doesn't are. Yeah, I mean, I glanced on there and I saw Jackson was in a snow flurry and stuff. So, yep, I do glance on there definitely. Wait, Keaton slept upside down. He did.
He did.
Batman. He
Yeah,
did.
he did.
He had one weird scene, but he also did some other weird things.
Lots of weird stuff.
Could you ever play Miles Morales on your channel on your birthday? Maybe, James. I always have a lot of things to do. I wish I could play through Miles Morales. You know, there's a lot of games I'd love to play through. Maybe I could play through it, you know, in a couple years or something, because I'm currently trying to play 3 games on my channel right now, and I'm not finishing any of them. So I'm kind of sticking with Assassin's Creed, gonna try to finish that, and then maybe I'll try to finish the Monster Hunter, and then maybe I could play. A lot of people want me to play Miles Morales. I keep getting that. So, I mean, I was happy to play it on this channel. We got to play it again, Miles Morales. So, I mean, I would love to play Miles Morales again. I wish I had more time in the day. I would love to. I think Miles Morales was such a sweet character, and it was so cool to play him at the Christmas time, and he had that great relationship with his mom, and yeah, it's such a great game. I would love to play Miles Morales on my channel. Maybe someday, definitely. I would love to. Should I get a degree in physics or in business, says Eminent Land? I mean, business is more practical, but if you love physics, then you should do that. I mean, do something you enjoy. You know, you only live one life, so if you hate business, then I wouldn't, even if it pays money, you don't have to get a degree in it, but thanks for the super chat.
Congratulations
Pokewood.
on order, sir. Edward Nashton's on the run. Who? Oh, right. Enigma, sir. His real name is Edward Nashton. Worked for the GCPD, Cybercrimes Division. Explains quite a bit.
I need to find him before he has a chance to start over.
We have his identity now. As soon as he surfaces, and he will, you can swoop in. You've dismantled most of his operations, so he should be harmless. At least for the next little while.
Any sign of him, you let me know.
Of course.
We found out Riddler's real name.
Thanks for the super chat. Pokewood says, remember Tim Burton is completely weird, so having Batman and Catwoman being weird is normal for his style. Yeah. I mean, I think, honestly, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but with the Catwoman movie, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but if her, I have no, like, Halle Berry, you know, she's beautiful and everything, like, everyone knows this, but, like, if her outfit was just like, if it was like a crop top and the pants or something, but the fact that it was, I think like, since it was as skimpy as it was, I feel like that was what turned people off to the movie. I feel like the movie, I didn't have a problem with it because I'm a girl, so it didn't really bother me, but I feel like it was almost like too much, her outfit. That was like, that, I think if her costume was a little bit more covered up, I think that movie would have been super cute to watch, like as a cute family or girl night out movie or anything, or even for guys that, you know, whatever, like family movie or anything, like fun superhero movie. If her outfit was just a little bit more covered up, that would be a really fun movie. That's what I have to say.
I'm trying to wrap it up. I need to get to the Spider-Man stream.
You have a question. Is an Ultimate Spider-Man stream tonight? It is.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Daniel.
Yep. Spider-Man will be starting up. This is not the end of Arkham Origins. We'll be doing more data packs tomorrow because it was actually so much fun. Usually, you know, going through and getting data packs is a pain in the butt. But this was actually, I enjoyed it a lot. So there will be another one of these streams tomorrow. Probably be happening around the same time. So if you guys want to come back for that, hang out, talk Batman, collect data files, yeah, it's going to be happening. Also going to be wearing different costumes because I can actually finally wear the costumes now, which is great. So thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Hopefully you had a lot of fun. It was a pretty chill discussion. Good group here. And Arkham Origins Nigma stuff will be tomorrow. Going through and collecting some more stuff. Trying to get them all so we can see that little Riddler trophy. And I'll also be wearing different Batman costumes. So see you guys on Spider-Man, which will be starting up at 11:15. I got to get the Wii set up, got to get the disc in, all that fun stuff. And then Ultimate Spider-Man will be happening. So thank you, everybody.
Yep. See you guys next time. And if I didn't read your comment in the chat, you guys had some really interesting things to say. So feel free to put your cool insights into how you would, you know, do the Arkham and the Batman movies in the comments to this video, because you guys had really interesting things to say that I meant to read to Luke but I didn't. So yeah, please put them in the comments to this video and I will definitely read them. I'm gonna go through the chat and actually read the chat and tell Luke everything you guys said too. Alright, see you guys on the next stream. God bless, happy gaming, see ya.